Hi, Irate. I'm
I
Dash.
was literally going to say the same thing. Luigi, what are you irate for?
What's
Uh,
up, Luigi? What's up, Jimmy?
Welcome, Jimmy. Welcome, Luigi, and Luigi's apartment as two separate entities. I'm going to take a wild guess that you're irate for the same reason I am, which I'll get into later. That's a little tease hook for you. Welcome to a Talk Tuesday. It is still me, and it is still loading
Hello, Dad.
podcast.
I'm hungry. Parallax is here too, baby.
Hey, Parallax, we were just talking
We
about
got
you.
the whole
We
crew.
got the whole crew. Welcome in. Good to see you, Parallax. It's been a while. Everyone's joining us for 6-9.
Oh my gosh, it is 6-9.
That reveal could be so many things, Luigi. There's been a lot of things revealed in the past few days,
Yeah,
the week or
there's been a
so.
lot.
Thanks for confirming what we already know already. I don't know what that means. Feet reveal?
No,
No,
so
Jimmy. God damn
you
it.
know what? Let's just correct me if I'm wrong, Luigi. So the Zelda trailer that got announced today, apparently that was leaked. The remake for Ocarina of Time was leaked. I'm tired of just dancing around it. We're just gonna cut cut it off real quick here.
All
Just
right.
touch on it. Um,
It was
it
leaked
got
like before today?
Yeah, which I actually did not know about. I found out actually from our mutual friend Justin.
Oh, okay.
Because he's like, "Did you watch the direct?" I'm like, "Yeah, I didn't. Nothing was really doing for me. Especially like I'm not the biggest Ocarina of Time fan, so it just kind of when I saw the announcement for the remake, I'm like, a lot of people are gonna love this. Right on for them. I don't care.
In classic Josh fashion. What a contrarian.
No, it's
I know.
it used to. What sucks about it is that was my favorite Zelda game for a while, and then I played it so much it just is boring to me now. There's nothing wrong with the game. Like I don't even have like anything to levy criticism at it. Like it just doesn't do it for me anymore, and it sucks because that was like my introduction to Zelda.
I'm trying to wrap my head around that. You played it so much, meaning, I assuming, you liked it enough to play it a
I
lot,
loved it.
and then you
Oh
played
yeah.
it out? I guess that.
Pretty much. I don't find enjoyment playing it that much anymore. I find the pacing because of there's so many moments that just don't like the moment to moment gameplay doesn't really do it for me anymore. I love the world though. I still love the visuals. I love how the world looks. Um Luigi's apart. My big criticism is I already own that game. Yeah.
Well,
Unless there's some we'll see what happens with it. I'm happy for the Ocarina of Time stands because I'm not trying to take anything away from it. I'm not even trying to be a contrarian. I just wish I liked it the way I used to. That's
yeah.
kind of where I'm at with it.
I think this is the perfect time to be excited for something like that because even if it is like more or less the same game, it's going to be so wildly different from a visual and gameplay presentation standpoint that
Hmm.
I'm super stoked. And I didn't play it, but I watched Polisa play it all the way through somewhat recently. So like I would, if that game came out today, I'd be like, oh hell yeah. And that's not even like, I love Ocarina of Time, but it's not like I'm not dying because it's Ocarina of Time. I'm dying for it because of how much uh, I love the presentation of the original. Uh, so I think it'll be different enough that it's going to be super exciting. But
I hope so.
if it's a
If
reskin, I'm
it's
not
different, I'll
buying
be
it.
happy. Yeah, I'm with Luigi on that.
Like a
If it is just straight up Ocarina again, no changes to the gameplay, no changes to the structure. I mean, you don't have to. You can leave the structure as is, but if they don't make any significant changes, you're just getting a reskin of a game we've already played a
yeah,
thousand times with prettier graphics. So
you're
I'm with Luigi on that. If it is nothing else changes but the visuals, I'm with Luigi on that.
yeah, you're talking like the Halo anniversary remake where it was literally like just prettier dressing on top of the exact same
Hmm.
game. Okay, that's fair. I didn't even buy
And
the HD remake or the 3D remake on the 3DS because I was like, this feels too similar. It looks great, it looks very pretty, but it's the same game. So yeah, I wasn't really that interested either. But I think
the
it'll be
3DS
remake.
the 3DS remake of Ocarina of Time is actually slightly different. I don't know all the differences. There's
Yeah,
like
minorly.
minor like pathing changes and stuff like that. I'm sure Luigi would be able to list more of it out. But like, yeah, I it just kind of bums me out a little bit that I don't like the game. It doesn't bum me out that they're doing a remake of it. It just bums me out that I don't have the same appreciation for it that I used to. It's my nostalgia is there for like my memories surrounding it, but I actually replayed it again. I played the 3DS version 2 or 3 years ago as a replay, and I was just kind of like, I had to force myself to finish it, type of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna push back at what you said, Parallax, but that's only because I don't like Twilight Princess. But to counter my own
Neither
point,
do I. We're in the same boat. We agree on
whoa,
something,
for
Andrew.
once,
This
all
never
right,
happens.
we can end the show. Good night.
We need a soundboard to do the burr, burr, burr anytime we actually have an agreement.
Wow, we are in accord about one thing. That's so funny.
Doesn't happen much, I know.
But to immediately then counter my own point, I saw somebody say something for this about movies too, where it's like, why are we remaking movies that are good instead of giving movies with good writing and good stories that were maybe executed poorly another chance? So like, take a game that I don't really. Here's a sound for you. Wrong, sir. Wrong. Oh shit! Luigi says, "Get the fuck out, Twilight Princess." Yeah.
I don't know if that means that he's like mad at us or if he agrees with us.
I don't know.
I can't tell.
I know that's usually a take that people don't agree with, so I'm gonna assume
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay. Yeah. That's about where I landed. Like it's fine. All right. Hell yeah, we're all in accord. Not all of us.
I'm sorry, Parallax.
I know that's
You're a lone man on this.
I know that's one of Parallax's, which is so funny because that's normally one of my like hottest Zelda takes. And I'll even add to that, Skyward Sword, way better. I loved Skyward Sword.
I haven't played Skyward, so I can't say anything good or bad about it.
Yeah, it's like it just feels more Zelda-y. My tail is
between my legs. I'll be in the corner crying. No,
sorry, Parallax. Oh, now Luigi's turning on me. He's saying,
you've made an enemy of Luigi.
I know. I had my moment. My big criticism of Skyward Sword comes from two things. You fight the fucking giant pine cone of death way too many times. And then also the end of the game gets too collectathon-y. But that was also an issue with original Wind Waker, which they corrected in the Wind Waker HD.
remaster.
I don't know if that's the case for the HD remaster that we got for Skyward Sword. I haven't played it, but I love that. Twilight Princess is still an 8 out of 10. I don't even know if I would go that high. The death avocado is annoying. Yeah, I know. You fight that thing too many times. I don't know if I would say 8 out of 10, but
I never beat Twilight Princess. I got like 75% of the way through though, and I would give it like a 7.
I love the ending. The ending is up there for if I had to rank all the Zelda endings, it would probably be really high. I just didn't like the rest of it. I shouldn't say didn't like. I just found it a chore, which you should never feel for a Zelda game. Yeah, I'm also like not furry enough, you know.
No, and thinking of like games that are like this is just it's a sequitur off of Zelda real quick, but you know, for our quarterly quest, I've been playing Near Replicant.
Yeah,
and it's without once again saving all my thoughts for it. Just kind of I expressed this to you over oh my gosh, a text message a while ago. I'm having such a hard time getting into it, but not because I dislike the game. Every time I boot up the game and play it, I'm like, oh, this game is I'm enjoying it, and I play like 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah.
But then it's getting up to booting up. For some reason, I have such a hard time with the boot up, and I don't understand what it is.
Yeah, I think we're just at that age because I lament about that all the time. Like, there are hardly any games where I'm like, I cannot wait to get back and start playing this game. And it's like, there are so many like moments where I'm like, I'll literally put in a video game to play it, and I'll sit down and I'll just stare at the title screen and be like, like, but if I start playing it, if I push through that friction, I'm like, yeah, this is rad. But like,
yeah,
it's just I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's we have way less free time than we used to. I don't know. Twilight Princess is some of the most cinematic and well thought out character development, such as Midna and King Dublin. True. I
You mean the
do.
most annoying character in the history of Zelda behind Navi?
Well, you
Midna, the one who bitches at you for 90% of the game?
you say that I'm only going to
I'm,
gently.
I'm being over. I'm being over the top. Just
I
to be
know.
clear.
I'm not. I'm gonna like push back, but like in a friendly way.
I
That
didn't even mean
all.
that sincerely. I just wanted to get a rise out of Parallax.
Yeah, and that all goes out the window once you get past the exact point where you got to in the game.
Oh, good to know. So I got up to the part where she wouldn't have been annoying.
Yeah.
And
No, Parallax is gonna come in and be super mad about Midna. That's
he's
like
gonna
his.
suplex me.
That's his girl. Um.
Oh.
Yeah, I was kind of like when I saw the Ocarina of Time remake today, and we can talk about the rest of the stuff as well. I was like,
Mhm.
oh, cool. I wasn't like, oh my god, but like, just from what I got from the very little cutscene where Link is sleeping, and it's like, I saw somebody was like, oh my god, this motherfucker finally took his shoes off to go to bed, because in every iteration he's just sleeping with shoes on, which
I never
made me
even
so
noticed
mad.
that.
Just from how the presentation of what very little we got tells me that it's going to be like a very different game. It's just going to be the same story, same characters.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry. I actually have to duck out real quick. My wife just got home. Just want to check, make sure everything's all good. Because
Okay.
I haven't seen her since like 7 a.m. I will be right back, though. All right.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I will talk to the boys. It better be a very different game. Yeah, I think it would be dumb of them to. The 3DS remake came out too recently for them to just be like, we're doing the same exact thing again, just way prettier. I think it's going to be way prettier, way bigger, and probably have something in between classic controls and like the modern Zelda. God, I'm sounding like Sonic now. Like, well, there's classic Zelda and controls and modern Zelda. Something akin to Breath of the Wild. Maybe those more. Maybe they'll expand because you get multiple weapons and shields and stuff in Ocarina of Time. Maybe you'll get even more. That could be cool. Gilmer is here. Are the boys what you call your what? My harem. Yes. The boys that all come to the yard whenever I have a milkshake. Those boys. Wow, everybody who hasn't been in a while is in tonight. Luigi, Parallax, Gilmer. Is it because it's 6'9"? Is it because it's 6'9" nice? And I don't know if you meant to type HWAT, but I read it as oh, damn it, Bobby. All the boys what you call your what? Oh, this is like a real girlfriend ride, not like a cereal one on a cereal box or a commercial. Yep. Cracking a cold one open with the boys. Yeah, crush it on my head. It's games month. Hell yeah. It really is like this. I forgot how busy I am at this time of month. Like doing all the extra streams. I streamed like 6 times this week, and then like posting everything, cutting it up into clips, and then trying to post those to the algorithm thing. And some of what I posted, some of my reactions are doing pretty good numbers, like a couple thousand views each, which is nice. It's are you a streamer too, Luigi? I don't know if I ever asked you that. Or content creator, as they call us in the biz. Yeah, June is Nutters. Nutter? I hardly know her. Yeah, it's like these 2 months, or like 2 times a year. June and like December when it's the Game Awards, and then all those announcements. It's like, God damn, Jeff Keighley, calm your tits. 2 times out of the year, please. Podcast writer, streamer, yada yada. Nice. I don't think I ever knew that about you. I'll have to. I don't know if I can. Can I follow you from here? Consider yourself followed, Luigi's apartment.
right.
And Juice is back.
Oh, Luigi's Apartment. Yeah, he's a podcaster, writer. He's been on my podcast a bunch of times.
Nice. Never do that.
And so I was checking on my wife. She's been gone all day. She had like a meeting this afternoon. She picked up Taco Bell for herself for dinner,
Hell yeah.
and she accidentally ordered two, so I got an extra drink out of this.
Yo, wait, that looked empty. Was that a troll? Or is it just like
It's
Sprite?
It's Sprite.
No Baja Blast?
No, it's Sprite.
Are you a Baja Blast guy? I feel like you...
Well, I didn't know she ordered double by accident.
Yeah.
And also, my Mountain Dew hot take is that Baja Blast isn't that good.
That's all I have to say about that. Baja Blast is
I'm not
my
a Baja
favorite.
Blast fan, man. I've tried it a bunch of times, and man, every single time I'm like just disappointed.
Oh my god! Okay, we both don't like Twilight Princess. We both don't like Twilight Princess. We both don't like Twilight Princess.
No, it just isn't my. It just isn't my. I think also because like for literally years, when people would tell me like, oh, the best one's Baja Blast, but you can only get it at Taco Bell, so like we have to go to Taco Bell. And then I remember finally trying it, and I'm like, this just tastes like worse Mountain Dew. Why is this everyone's favorite? I don't know.
Mountain Poo.
It is not the worst flavor of Mountain Dew I've ever had. The worst flavor I've ever tried.
Purple one.
I remember years ago, you can't get any of these flavors anymore. Remember for a couple of years in like the late aughts, early 2010s,
The white one?
Mountain Dew would have contests where they would release 3 limited time flavors, and then the fans could vote on which flavor they liked the most, and they would keep it.
Okay.
Do you remember those?
Vaguely. I remember there being a bunch of weird ones at the time. Also, thank you, Gilmer. I appreciate you.
Best soda is grape soda and a fresh birch beer. I do love a good birch beer.
Grape soda is pretty goated.
Grape soda is very good.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, I remember there being like Mountain Dew Whiteout that probably started from that. That shit was nasty.
That was one of those. Yes. So that was the first time I remember experiencing that. It was whiteout. There was like a tropical typhoon, which was like a really kind of berry kind of. It was really good. And then there was a third one, which I can't remember the name of, but it was a lime citrus based one, like more lime flavored.
Okay.
And it was awful.
Oh no.
It was so. And I was like. I remember going around to all of our Pizza Tuesday friends, and I was like, "Do you guys like this at all?" And the other Andrew, you know who I'm talking about, Jamie's brother.
Yeah,
Andrew, he described it as a Mountain Dew that someone stuck their finger in.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that's the best example I've ever heard. Now,
It's a little
Baja Blast
salty.
is significantly better than that. I'm just not a fan of it.
Ew, there was a spicy one. The most unrefreshing throat coat. That's the opposite of what she said. Yo, this is not a hot take, I don't think, but I hate spicy drinks. Polisa, like if she gets
I don't get that either.
if she gets a
I'm with you
margarita,
on that.
she'll do like something else we agree on. She'll do like a tahini on the rim, and it's like spicy. I'm like, why do you want spicy? Like,
Wrong finger, Kinsey.
cause she like wrong finger. Will get like she eats spicy food, and then it's like you have a spicy food and a spicy drink. Don't you want like a drink that will complement or soothe the spicy food that you're eating? Like I will never understand a spicy drink. I got one by accident when I went to Disney, and I wanted to throw up. Like it was just
That
awful.
doesn't sound appetizing to me either. I can't say I've tried it, but like I like spicy things, but I don't really want to drink something spicy because like it's already hot enough just eating it. Why would you want the whole thing just like ugh?
Yeah, no.
There's also like Mountain Dew like cream soda that's out right now, which doesn't sound appetizing.
Okay.
I haven't tried it, but
I was actually going to ask if
what?
if you were into like dirty sodas, and if you know what that is.
What would a dirty soda be? Like alcohol and soda?
No. That's like spiked, or sometimes I've heard it called a varsity soda, where you put booze in it. No. Dirty is like put a little creamer in it.
I don't know if I've had one, so I don't know.
Gilmer loves the dirty sodas. Well, the first dirty soda that I had was actually Baja Blast, and it was rad. And if you get it, you can order it from Taco Bell that way, and it's like a sweet vanilla cream, but you can use any like Coffee Mate creamer. I've had like a dirty like Pepsi, a dirty Dr Pepper was good. Baja Blast was great. I like. This is gonna get taken way out of context, but like I like it creamy. I like things. I like things creamy. You can get a Dirty Dew in a bottle. Oh, sick! I didn't know you could just get them that way. Pumpkin Spice Baja Blast. No, you're banned.
You didn't know you could do a Dirty Dew?
You're banned, Parallax. Pumpkin Spice Baja Blast. McDonald's sells Dirty DP right now. I got a Dirty DP for you here on 6ix9ine. God. Wow.
You're the one that said that. You
I know.
Acted like that was the worst thing you ever heard, but you're the one that said that.
Do you ever like just say something and you're like, as the words are coming out, you're like, why am I doing this? What am I doing? Stop this. I can't. And you're like, I wish I could just grab the words and just like pull them back into me. And I don't regret it, but I wish I hadn't heard it.
Something back into you, that's for sure.
I should have just held my ears when I said it, so I don't have to think about it. I do funny. Like a dirty soda though. Like, you know what I bet would be good? And I don't normally like this flavor, but I think this is one of the ones you liked. I bet a Dirty Code Red would be good. Because you get like a cherry, like creamy cherry.
Like Code Red.
Yeah. I remember one time coming over your house, like, you know, when you lived with your parents, and you just had like a fucking like industrial side, like a pallet of like wheeled in from the factory of Code Red at your house. So I was like, damn, dude. I think you said I don't know if I think you said you were afraid they were going to get discontinued, so you like bought all of them.
It might not have been Code Red. It would have been there was one of those red ones though.
Yeah, maybe
like the Tropical Typhoon or whatever. It was red as well.
Yeah,
that was like the color scheme of it.
Okay.
Who would visit Koval and Meat Space?
Meat Space? What?
I don't know. I'm a little lost on that one too.
Same. Meat Space.
Okay. So we were talking though about the Nintendo Direct with the Zelda thing before I left.
Yeah. I'm I'm excited for
the real world. That's what he means by that.
Oh, Meat Space is the real world. I visited him in Meat Space in like 2009 when we first met. Which, if you don't know, we've been friends for like coming up on freaking 2 decades now. Which
that's
is
wild to think about.
Absurd. Yeah, I just felt all my hair turn gray. The only thing that we got of like super note for the Nintendo Direct was a new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, which I was like, oh, cool to see this game existing. It's like they announced it like 10 years ago.
That's the same thing for me. I was like, I haven't even played Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. So that was my reaction to the 4th trailer. I was like, oh, we already know this is coming. Most of the trailers for the Nintendo Direct felt like we already knew this was coming.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It didn't seem like they were dropping anything really new, except Ocarina of Time. Well, it was new for me because I didn't see the leak. But
same for me. I had no idea.
Yeah, I don't even own a Nintendo console anymore. My wife has a Switch too, but meh. There's only a few things.
I don't have a Switch 2 either. I'm sad.
I don't want to spend $500 on one, but I would like to play, new Star Fox. I would like to play Kirby Air Riders. I would like to play Pokemon Pokopia.
I want to play Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Donkey Kong, yeah, that game looks fucking so rad. And there's new content for that coming out, which looks cool. Like they're front loading the crap out of the content for this game. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts, I was like, oh, cool. This game is nice to see existing. We have, it's seemingly like it's take place in the real world. I can't say too much, but there are some connections to the end of Kingdom Hearts that I think makes this make sense. I don't know. Or Kingdom Hearts 3 specifically. Which I really like the way Kingdom Hearts 3 plays. I think they missed on most of the worlds, though. The ending was really good. I did get really emotional at the ending. But do you want to spend $600 in a year or two? Yeah, when consoles are supposed to go down in price and everything's about to go fucking higher. Oh my god!
I know, right?
I don't know. I'll steal one from somewhere.
The only game that really jumped out to me on the whole direct, though, that I personally was jazzed for, like it was a 50-minute long direct. Like it was a long one.
Yeah. Can I guess?
Sure. I'm sure you're gonna get it right.
Is it the Final Fantasy new 2.5D Final Fantasy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Resonance, Final Fantasy. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It looks great. I love that visual style, man. I love the HD 2D.
Yeah.
I think it's really beautiful.
It's a tough one for me.
Really?
Yeah, it feels I don't know, just a bit. It's weird seeing pixels move like that. I don't know, like it just seems like it's 3D, and it is. It's 3D designed
Yeah.
to look like pixels, and it just feels something about my brain. There's like a whatever the equivalent of an pixel uncanny valley where I'm like, but that's not
Yeah.
how those work. And I don't know what it is. I'm also just not like the biggest like old school JRPG fan. Like you
Which
have
is
to.
weird because you like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 7, and Chrono Trigger, which are all like Final Fantasy 7 is an old school JRPG masked in 3D graphics.
Yeah, that's true. Um, and yeah, you basically have to be something like a Chrono Trigger or an Earthbound to keep my attention nowadays. Like you have to be like some of the best games of all time, because I don't know. I would just much rather
Wait,
play newer ones like
I would ask
Persona.
then I would ask what other old school JRPGs like 16-bit ones have you tried other than Chrono Trigger and Earthbound? And to be fair, I actually have not played a lot of them, so it's not
Mm,
like you're gonna say something I'll be like, oh, how dare you? I'm just more curious.
yeah. Let me real quick read Gilmer's chat. I feel like they missed out on the nostalgia boner for the pixel stuff. Final Fantasy VII was my start. I think I could really see them coming out with like another like, or I mean, we see that with games like Octopath, or no, Octopath Traveler's not pixels, is it?
It is. It's two HD
Okay.
2D.
Oh, okay. I think that one does it a little more. It works a little more for me. But to answer your question,
It's the same. what, do you,
I don't know.
what do you mean? It's the same as Resonance.
I'll have to go back and look because I might be thinking of a different game.
Okay.
I haven't played Octopath Traveler. That's just what I thought of. I'm gonna get sidetracked. And let me answer your question. Old school JRPGs, obviously Pokemon. I played all the Pokemons. Um, Chrono Trigger, all the Earthbounds or all the Mothers. I played Mother 1, 2, and 3. Uh, Pixel art specifically. I've never played a Dragon Quest. They just never seemed that interesting to me. Um,
Don't play any of the oldest ones. If any, from what I've heard, Dragon Quest V is like an emotional roller coaster, and
mm,
that's a Super Nintendo one. I will play. I'm gonna play it at some point, and I'll let you know. But like from what I've heard, Dragon Quest V is like phenomenal.
okay. I hear 7 a lot for that one too.
Dislike Akira Toriyama art.
Whoa! You're banned. No.
End the stream now, Kinsey.
Goodbye forever. No. That's surprising. I love his art. I love his mech art. I wish we got more of his mechanical designs. Yeah, Dragon Quest. I hear Dragon Quest is the quintessential JRPG series. Um, yeah, I just
Dragon.
much prefer
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
newer stuff. Like
But it's interesting because everything you mentioned is a game you like
what of the older
of the
ones?
old style JRPGs, yeah, that you've played.
Yeah, but there are a ton that I will probably never play, like Golden Sun, or you know, even like the you're playing Live Alive, and I was like, man, it just there are so many. Even like Fantasy Star, and like what's the other Sega? Or maybe that
Oh, well, Fantasy Star is the big Sega RPG. Are you thinking of like the Skies of Arcadia is 3D?
that's
So that doesn't.
3D. I still have not played that. Don't take my Sega card. Well, I briefly played
It's
it.
fine. I've played it. I played a chunk of it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
The handheld stuff doesn't count in my brain. What? You don't have to play Golden Sun. It's just 2D Final Fantasy VII with extra mechanics. Okay. The next pixel-based RPG that I need to play is Final Fantasy VI, because I keep hearing how much that I specifically will like that one.
what you cut out? You cut out for me. It's what?
Final Fantasy VI.
I would say so. Here's my theory for this. Then, I think you don't. It's not that you dislike to. I mean, the art style might not be 100% your cup of tea, but the 2D JRPGs, you have to enjoy the story for it, which I would assume is every JRPG, by that logic. But like for example, like Live Alive, there's not really much of a story to Live Alive. There's cool little vignettes. Some of them may speak to you, but if you only jump in at little midpoints, it's not going to really captivate you.
Yeah.
Golden Sun, the original Golden Sun, has a fun like world and setup, but the story kind of ends on like a cliffhanger, which makes sense because apparently the first two, the Golden Sun 1 and 2, were supposed to be one big full game, but it was too big for one card. It was like two. It was going to be too long, so they split it up into two games. Um,
That's
and
why
Luigi
Luigi's
said
never
he
played a numbered Final
Wow.
Fantasy. I'm surprised to hear that. Except for one. You went all the way back to one?
One's tough.
That's
to get
rough.
Into.
Yeah.
So no, but like I don't know. I think like the games that you like, it's because they have phenomenal storytelling in them. All the 2D, 16-bit like style JRPGs that you've listed that you've enjoyed, are all ones with crazy stories, or it's Pokemon, which has like nostalgia, one of the best gameplay through loop, like
Yeah.
gameplay loops in the fucking world.
What I-
Plus Pokemania and 90s
Oh, yeah.
nostalgia like that. There's a whole bunch of that. But
I
like
I think
I
another
don't know,
through
like
line.
I think my guess then is just 2D pixel art RPGs, whether it's 2D HD or otherwise, it just isn't your vibe of art style.
Uh, it depends. Like it has to be like a really bold art style. Like it has to look different. Like I can't tell aside from some of the more recognizable characters, like just over the years, a lot of times I can't tell a lot of them apart. Like I don't know if I could tell the difference between like Golden Sun and like Secret of Mana or one of
You
those.
definitely could if you see them.
Okay.
Golden Sun's got a very distinct art style.
Okay. I'm just not, I guess, that familiar with them. I think
That's
the
fine.
main through line for me is it's really hard for me to get into like, oh, another like medieval fantasy. Another like swords and shields and magic. Like I think it's more on the setting, which is why like Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, like yeah, that's medieval, but you jump around in time and you're going to like post-apocalyptic stuff, and you know.
Yeah, you would like Final Fantasy VI then, because that's like steampunk.
Yeah, and the opening scene, which I've seen a million times, is like a bunch of mechs walking through the snow, and I was like, oh, I didn't know this was an option. Okay.
You know that doesn't stay in there long, but that intro is one of the most iconic openings of all time. Plus the music, the da 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 da, that's Terrace theme. Oh, be still my heart. I don't even have nostalgia for that game. I didn't play it growing up. I played it later in life. That opening fucking rules.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's more on the setting for me than anything, which is probably also why I just get so fatigued by even like newer games. Like I was saying in the PlayStation Direct,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, another dark fantasy, another dark medieval fantasy where the art style is just hyper realism. There's not like art direction to any of them. All those games look exactly the same, and I get on that soapbox all the fucking time, and it makes me so mad.
Is Dark Souls good? Nah.
Do it. Here comes Jimmy.
Do it. Nah, no rant this time. I will rant about something else that is not worth it, but
Yeah.
I will. Those GBA Final Fantasy re-releases were good though. I have played a little bit of the Dawn of Souls one, which was the remake of 1 and 2 on the GBA.
Dawn of Souls, Dawn Souls, Dawn Souls, Dark Souls. Ah! Everything is Dark Souls. Well, that's kind of how
Dark Souls.
the fucking
Do it.
PlayStation thing felt. There it is. Do it. Which I guess we can talk about that if you're all done with the Nintendo one.
Yeah. No, I didn't really have much to say with the Nintendo one. There wasn't much that like personally stuck out to me for the Nintendo one. I don't even remember much from the PlayStation one, to be honest.
Well,
I don't remember much.
have a bunch of stuff listed. I want to say one quick
Yeah.
thing about the Nintendo one is that I was surprised at how good the new-ish and straight up new as in unreleased games look on the Switch 2. Like they've announced like a bunch of like 3D character action games, which is like my bread and butter. Like the new Onimusha, I guess, is coming out on Switch 2. Devil May Cry 5, Stellar Blade, which the new Onimusha, I played the demo for that, the PS5 demo. It's fucking rips, dude. Like it's awesome. It's super sick. I played the demo for that, and I played the demo for Life of Goldman, which was also awesome. Do you know about that one?
No, but I think it's that old man. I think I saw your video posted about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little old man. You have a cane that you can like customize the parts to like let you either jump higher or like grab onto things. Or it's very charming. Another super slick hand drawn art style. It's gorgeous. A little darker than I imagined.
Gorgeous,
It's gorgeous.
gorgeous baby.
But yeah, I loved both of those demos. Like Onimusha and Goldman were both stellar. And I was surprised. Like, yeah, they were like, here's a bunch of new games coming to the Switch 2, and it's like Onimusha, yeah, like I said, Devil May Cry 5, Stellar Blade, Dragon's Dogma 2, and they're showing footage, and I'm like, this looks way better than I ever would imagine on a Nintendo console. And that's not to slight them, but that's never been their thing, is to have the cutting edge graphics. But now they do, and so it's like, oh, is this just where we are now?
I
But yeah, wait, didn't we talk about the PlayStation? What?
Yes, we did, and I forgot because it was the same day as Talk Tuesday last.
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Okay, I was like, wait a second, these notes feel familiar. So yeah, we talked about yes. Oh no, yes, we talked about PlayStation. We haven't talked about the main events, or the Xbox one yet.
Xbox, which I missed all the Xbox stuff. Though I did see they announced a release date for the new Fable game.
Yeah, which also looks sick. Direct was definitely a lot of catching up with recent releases that couldn't be crammed in the Switch one. Totally. And I mean, their own games barely ran on the Switch one. Like the later ones, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet ran like shit. Like, and that's straight up a hardware issue, because I remember people porting that to the PC without any modification whatsoever, and they ran fine. Like, they just designed games that run poorly on this console. But you're right. Onimusha
The
reveal was
Switch,
a nice
man, it was
surprise.
out of date when it came out in 2017.
I know. Yeah. Um, Xbox was nice, but my biggest problem with that is being like, the exclusives are back. Dude, that only works if you drop the price of your system over time. I think, isn't that the plan? I know they dropped the price for Game Pass, which was cool. But yeah, also, like, exclusives are back. Okay,
Well, that's
Halo's still going to be on
no-
PS5.
people complained.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, are you
I-
frozen?
I do think so. I think the exclusives are back. God damn it! Can you hear me?
I can now. It's a little choppy, but you're back. You were frozen for a
That's
second.
so fucking annoying. Yeah, I saw that it was frozen. I was wondering why you couldn't hear what I was saying. Can you hear me now, though?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. God damn. I don't know. I hate. So, I think part of it is my graphics card is dying on this PC.
Yeah.
Luckily, I hung out with a friend I haven't seen for a couple of years over the weekend. He's got an extra graphics card that's still old, but it's significantly more powerful than mine. So I will hopefully be getting a new graphics card soon, which means there will be less. I'm hoping of these like visual issues with my camera, because I know the internet is a problem.
Yeah.
But like, I've had good internet, and the camera still is fuzzy and blurry on everything. So I think it's partially the graphics drivers, maybe partially the internet. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I actually no, it's the internet right now.
I was gonna say, because I know you said
No.
your wife just got home, and I know when your mother-in-law's there, it spikes up too.
Well, my mother-in-law isn't here. Fun fact: my daughter is being watched by my mother-in-law over at she owns a beach house, and they're staying there. So I don't know what to do with all my free time.
I know you're saying today. You're like, I'm a free man today. I don't know why I laughed when it sounded funny when you said she's being watched. I was like, whoa.
She's being watched.
She's being watched.
No, what I wanted to ask though about when brought up the exclusives are back thing.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart thing for them to do, because I remember seeing even on Threads, on the the social media platform Threads. I mean, on Threads, people are like, why is everyone cheering that Xbox is bringing exclusives back? This is bad for the consumer. I'm like, dude, you need exclusives to sell a console.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what what world you're living in. Xbox tried to put their stuff out on everywhere, and it fucking tanked them.
Yep.
Because they don't have an identity anymore.
Right.
Like, listen, I understand the consumer. It would be nice if we could play everything, but then there's no incentive to buy the individual consoles.
Yeah.
So there are two lines of thought that I've heard. Not saying there couldn't be more than this about how consoles should appeal to a consumer to win over the market. One is the most common thing we see now, which is exclusives. You play a game system as it has exclusives that you like, or two, it's that the console itself can do things that the other consoles can't.
Yeah.
Only one of the big three currently does this, and it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because the Switch is its own unique console that's incredibly, even the Switch 2, with the addition of the fucking little mouse thing and
Yeah.
the enhanced like motion support and all this other stuff, like Nintendo is the only one of the big three that's competing, that makes their console stand apart by not only the exclusives that you get, because you get your Marios, your Zeldas, your Star Fox, your Metroid,
Pokemon,
all this good, all their iconic exclusives, and they're making themselves stick out because their console does something no other console does.
Yeah.
PS5 and 360, the only hardware differences that you're really getting, regardless of specs, take the specs out even.
Yeah.
Let's say even your favorite let's say your favorite one is more powerful. They're selling you an ecosystem, which is not enough to entice a gamer anymore.
Yeah. I think they should really lean into the DualSense. Like, have stuff that's that you could only do on a DualSense controller that you can't on anything else. Like, I love that controller. It's retroactive console. Between that, new indies, first party games, Nintendo has a good business model. Yeah. Yeah, and Xbox was circling the drain. I said it last time. Like, I was like, what are they going to show on this Direct? Like, it better be something that's like rekindles their spot in the big three, because right now it feels like Sony's doing its own thing and is kind of ruling what they do, which is like the high performance, high profile, quadruple A story experience and like the power, and then Nintendo with the innovation and the like, quirky fun Nintendo stuff that you've always known. Xbox is just like, well, like you said, the Xbox everything was one of the dumbest things they've ever done with like, oh, this is an Xbox, I'm an Xbox. So console exclusivity was, I guess, pretty cool, but I don't know what they're gonna like. They still. Do you think it would make more sense? Obviously, I'm not the authority on this, but I wondered for a second. I was like, if they just got rid of Xbox consoles completely and just made Xbox like the PC only exclusive, and then just put out like, I don't know, like made it, because it's still Microsoft. Like, Microsoft is still making like PC parts, so they wouldn't necessarily, I don't think, lose people if they just made like, released like a lower end gaming PC that was like an Xbox that you could still do everything else that you need to on a computer, or like gaming laptops that were like Xbox. Like, Xbox is now like a laptop and not just a solely game system, because it's Microsoft, it's Windows. Like, maybe that's a route they take. I don't know.
Luigi saying he thinks Xbox going exclusive is dumb as fuck. That shit only works when the consoles get cheaper over time.
Yep.
Because there's no incentive for people who gravitated towards PlayStation first to try out an Xbox system. I would agree with you. I don't think the idea of going exclusive again is dumb. I think their timing is dumb, because game consoles are at the highest prices they've been. This is the only console generation in the fucking history of the industry where midway through the generation the console prices go up. And somewhat ironically is that Microsoft is one of the reasons for that, because they are investing into AI.
Fucking AI, yeah.
AI is causing all the parts prices to go up. Okay, we're like 5 years into it, dude. There's no way we're getting a new console anytime soon with price increases.
No,
I would say we're
think
midway,
so.
maybe 3/4.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, though.
This feels like this feels midway, even though I know these systems are 5 or 6 years old at this point.
Plus, with how little
normally when we be getting a new system.
Yeah, and plus with how little of a jump we're seeing in performance and graphics quality every single time, it's almost like pointless to do it. Like what it's diminishing returns at this point. It's just going to cost more and more and more, and less people are going to buy them. And like you said, factoring in
which
the
is
AI
once
stuff.
again why Nintendo is smart
Yeah,
because they aren't spending a shitload of money on the parts. They are investing into finding unique ways for gamers to play.
yeah, the brand and
That's what they've
the innovation and the
been doing since
oh,
ever.
ever.
Yep. What? Sorry.
Sorry, I think I was talking over you because you were like glitched a little bit, so it sounded like you stopped talking.
Yeah.
Um,
No worries.
but yeah, so I mean, we saw some other, speaking of the hardware stuff. Last thing about the Nintendo one is new like Wii Sports, which looks kind of cool. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if it's gonna be as much of a system seller as the old one was, but or no, that came with it. What am I saying? Uh, Activision, they invested into cloud, which in the last 2 years, everyone pivoted from cloud to Activision. Microsoft wanted their cloud infrastructure, which is mostly a complete moot point with all the data centers popping. Oh my god, don't even get me started on the data centers.
Mm.
Everything's too damn expensive. Everything, fucking the chip shortages. If Bitcoin, if cryptocurrency was still as much of a huge thing, like we would have been so fucked because like when they were like using people's consoles to mine Bitcoin, the like in the beginning of like COVID, all the chip shortages was like insane as it was, and this was like before AI became as big as it is now. So, the Activision deal was a bust. Yeah, how much did they spend fucking buying Blizzard and Activision? Like billions and billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars.
Yeah.
And they're not using any of their it's it's just annoying. What I was gonna say though is uh, I don't know. That's why their shit is out of whack. Yeah. Well, it's because everything's consolidating too much. All media is consolidating, and it's fucking
Yeah.
bad for the business. I do think though that's giving a big rise to. I have been seeing in general to not just like how can I put this, due to the consolidation of major media, everything, whether it's fucking Warner Bros. Supposedly being bought in by Paramount currently. There's that whole merger is happening supposedly. I don't fucking know.
I thought Netflix was gonna buy Warner Brothers.
Like Microsoft. Oh, that fell through. They got outbid by Paramount, which is worse because Paramount is the same company that has some Mag 11 dipshit owners who canceled Colbert, so that way they. Did I get cut out again?
No, I was agreeing. I said yup.
Oh,
because that bullshit was. Oh my god. Yeah.
So that fucking sucks. And then Microsoft buys Activision Blizzard, which is also bad for the industry because that's consolidating so much. Netflix was no, so Netflix was going to, but then CBS came in with such a huge offer. Like they basically stonewalled them out. It wasn't that Trump wouldn't let it go through; it just walled it. Don't get me wrong; it's a whole thing. Either way, it's bad. Even Netflix buying Warner Brothers would have been bad. It just would have been the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
So you have that. You have all the media consolidation, but what has risen out of it is that it's very clear that we don't want this shit. Because not only is there a major backlash against most AI stuff and most of the mergers, but the rise of independent media in general has been huge. Like I'm talking about all spaces. There's been negative sides of this, the fucking Daily Wire, that bullshit.
Yeah.
That's not what I read, Luigi. I didn't hear that they obstructed it. I just heard that like CBS basically came in and just offered such a metric fuck ton of money that it worked out. I forget what exactly. I could be mistaken though. That's just what I was reading. Either way, it's not good. CBS is gonna get fucking Warner Brothers into bullshit. But there's a lot of like independent games media now, like or just independent media. 404 Media, MinMax, even like kind of funny games. There's a whole bunch of like that's just in the games media portion. I think 404 Media covers more than just games as well. I think they cover a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch. I can't remember all of them. Excuse me. indie games are getting more and more prominent in the industry. Like the Wholesome Games Direct, that's just all indie cozy games. That
Yeah.
is like something you would never see from AAA studios, and it's wonderful and it's popular. And like, I think there is more and more. As much as media consolidates, it's just going to end up hurting them in the long run because people are just gonna be like, "Well, I'm just not gonna go to you then. I'll go figure out my own shit."
Yeah.
Even look at the rise of dropout TV,
Yeah.
right? Which isn't unpopular. And I'm not saying that that's where everything's gonna go. I don't know. I can't predict the future, but you're seeing that people are seeking out other experiences, and because of that, because of the mass exodus of that, you're seeing more and more like independent things get propped up and
Yeah.
start steadily become bigger.
I
Who
hope.
knows if that's going to continue? I don't know if it could continue going to shit and not actually get worse, but there's been some good that has come out of it. So the only my own going glass half full, because otherwise just being sad about the state of everything is useless. um maybe there's something to come with it. Who knows?
Yeah, as we've seen from Dropout and its success, that business model is so refreshing, and just the way that they are championing, DEI, like as it's being stripped away
Mhm.
from like every other like major network. It's just refreshing to see people who give a shit about the environment and other people and marginalized groups
Mhm.
have such success. Actually, it's kind of speaking of that. This is a quick aside. Around here, there was like a big food truck event over the weekend that I went to that was really cool. And I was talking with some friends about tabletop gaming in general, and I said something like, "Oh yeah, it seems like the enemy was capitalism all along." And then somebody turned around and was like, "Are you talking about Dimension 20?" And we were like, "No, but I mean, we are talking about, you know, tabletop games." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I heard you talking about D&D and capitalism being the enemy." And I thought you were talking about Brendan Lee Mulligan. And I was like, "No, but I mean, we probably would have gotten there
He does
eventually."
that. He does that any chance he gets,
I love
and it's
it.
great.
That's why I love him.
Um,
You heard it here. The
and
socialist
like
business model is better. Thank you,
well,
Luigi.
at
Thank
least the
you.
democratic socialist business model, right? Like you have to. I'm for extremely regulated capitalism because
Mm,
which would be more socialist to an extent. But either way, it doesn't. It you're right. I'm more. I am so tired of the current thing that's going on. Dropout is dropout is like profit sharing and shit too.
yeah.
Like, but like once again, you have to work your way in to get to it. It's great. I love Dropout, man.
Yeah.
Um, what was I gonna say? In speaking of kind of like fucking crazy grifters though, just thinking of like cap have one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So how they announced in the Xbox showcase that Halo campaign re-evolved or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
or reimagined, right?
Campaign evolved instead
Oh,
of combat evolved.
campaign evolved. That's what it was. Oh my god, I saw the funniest shit on Blue Sky the other day. There is an account named called Kate Bush's husband. I don't. Their tag is at airbagged.bsky.social. Um, they were originally on Twitter under that same handle, Airbag. They got like a crazy following,
Yeah.
um, 45,000 followers and whatnot. Well, they are I don't know if they're friends, but they're at least like friendly with Alyssa Mercante. Alyssa Mercante is a former games journalist who now I don't know what she's doing now. I think she works at a different news thing, but not games anymore because she essentially was harassed like relentlessly, like doxxed. She got put through the ringer for a bunch of bullshit because a bunch of fucking right wing grifters had it out for her.
Yeah.
It was awful. But she stood up to them, and she's actually suing one of them right now.
Hell yeah.
The guy that she's suing is a dude named Smash JT. I don't know what his real name is. I don't fucking. Actually, I do know what it is, but I'm not going to dignify him with his real name. Um, he, I shit you not, like he has a YouTube channel called Smash JT. Yeah, and he's exactly Luigi. He's a Gamergate basically. He's a
Oh
Gamergate dude.
God.
Basically.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know if he was back when the first Gamergate happened, but he was kind of a major part of like the second incarnation of
The second
uh,
coming.
that kind of came around like a year or two ago with the whole Sweet Baby Ink thing, which that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah,
Um,
out of the loop
but
on that one.
uh, so yeah, him and Alyssa Mercante are in like a lawsuit. Apparently, it's not going well for him. Which fuck yeah.
Good.
But Gamergate does equal MAGA. You're absolutely right,
Oy.
Luigi.
Yeah.
100% that led to it. But so, did you see the, to bring it to something a little bit more funny, just to show you the level of grift
Yeah.
that is going on with this? When Halo campaign evolved announced, did you see like the teaser image where you see the Master Chief with like the ring behind him and then the gas giant that the Halo ring orbits on over one shoulder,
Yeah, it's
and
called
then
Basis.
the ring.
What kind of a fake Halo fan do you take me for?
What's it
Yeah.
called? Sorry,
I think it's called Basis. That may be the
Bases.
moon.
Okay.
But yeah. Thanks,
So,
Epstein.
If you look at it,
Ugh.
you know it's a different color than the rest of the sky because it's a different planet. It's got this beautiful like blue and purple, kind of like with like some cloud mixed in, some white mixed into
Yeah.
that. Really pretty.
I'm
right?
waiting to hear what they're mad
Smash-
about.
Smash JT circles that.
Uh-huh.
Circles that in a picture and tweets, "This is unnecessary and intentionally signaling trans. They know what they're doing. Once you notice bisexual lighting being used, you cannot unsee it. This is intentional. I will not be gaslit." I fucking shit you not. The man looked at the moon of Halo from the Halo ring and fucking went on a existential meltdown about the color of it making it trans. It literally, like, that's all it is. And he's like, "Oh, you're trying to it's trans, you're trans, bisexual lighting."
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
Holy fuck, dude. Like,
I have no idea what that is. My eyes hurt now. I'm gonna for fucking Pride Month. We're gonna keep this on trans colors because trans rights, bitch.
I
can't see.
When I read that, I started laughing out loud so bad because as much as I disagree with every other fucking talking point
Yeah.
that they throw out, like the new God of War that PlayStation announced.
Oh
with
yeah,
Ralphie
people have
and
been
their,
reacting totally normally about that and not misogynistic
like
out the ass.
Karen of War was some of the video thumbnails I saw.
Yeah.
Refused to watch them, but whatever. And listen, I severely disagree with it, but if the argument that you're going for is that they're doing forced inclusion, you could make up a million things to say it's forced inclusion. It's not. It's a fucking. I'm not defending the argument, but I can see if you already are down that pipeline,
Yeah.
how easy that is to make that thing. When I read that though, where he looks at a picture of a fucking moon and goes,
Right.
"It's bisexual lighting."
Go woke, go broke.
I'm like, that is like the bottom of the barrel grift.
Yeah.
That is like, you got fucking nothing to complain about. It is still a white dude in a suit of armor that's shooting a bunch of fucking aliens. And the only thing you can find to complain about is the color of a moon saying it's turning your kids trans.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
It's legitimate psychosis.
I was laughing so hard at that. It's so blatantly grift.
Yeah.
It's blatantly grift. And I'm half hoping, like, I refuse to click on any video links. I don't want to. I'm sure I'm going to be proven wrong with this, but I'm half hoping that his audience be like, "Dude, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Even
right now?"
this is too far. Yeah. Yeah, they're gonna take like a shot from, because they're all religious nut jobs. It'll be like a shot from, a rainbow where it's like, this was God's promise to Noah, and then they'll be like, we're gonna desaturate the rainbow because it's the LGBT agenda is getting into everything. You can't even eat Lucky Charms without.
They've already compartmentalized it. They the rainbow flag is what's evil. The rainbow itself is beautiful. They've already compartmentalized.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
I've seen it. Yeah, I just had to share that though because I found it. I shouldn't laugh because I know this dude has a following and he can stir up rage. Not a crazy following, but he's got a following.
Yeah.
He'll stir up rage over bullshit. But at the same time, I was laughing so hard at just the stretch that man had to
Yeah.
stretch his arm 500 miles to pull that shit out of his ass.
Yeah. It's
He went all the way through his intestines to reach
ugh.
that.
It's a cult. Religious psychosis or cognitive dissonance is insane. Thanks for the Christian observation, Josh, because you're right. Yeah.
From a former Christian, you're welcome.
Yeah.
That's still weird for me to say.
From a second
I'm
one.
still getting used to that.
I know. Yeah. I mean, we were in it. We were in it.
Oh yeah.
Christianity is a
I
threat.
still have yet to tell my parents. That's going to be interesting. When I do.
Yeah. Any religious I think all organized religion as a system is a threat. I mean, look at just about every war ever. Going back to the Crusades, to former Christian hugs. So I haven't told my parents, and it's been 2 decades. Damn. Yeah. Luckily, my parents don't really care.
Okay.
My parents, more like my mom, she was like a Creaster Christian. It was more about the appearances. You know, it was like when she code switches when she talks to other Christians. She's like, oh yeah, like I was just testimony. Like
I just felt led by God.
yeah, how's your walk with Jesus? I'm like, oh, someone that, because she works at a church. I was like, oh, someone at the church is overhearing this phone call with me right now. So you have to like turn it on. Okay, I see. But any other time, it's just like, you know, she's like, oh, what the fuck, you know, this, you know.
I honestly, what really kind of like changed a lot in me was just like realizing, like I already knew about the hypocrisy from some Christians, but I think what really kind of completely switched me off from it was like just learning how much of the Bible was changed from its original forms.
Yeah.
And how much and how it was chosen to be like collected and put together, where it's like, man, if I can't even trust how it was put together, and then you have the followers of it not even like cherry picking what they want to use from it.
Yep.
Why can I trust any of it? Like, I still think there's probably a higher power out there somewhere, maybe, but like, but that higher power just might be like nature, like our auras, like our, you know, like almost like a life, like almost like a life stream type of thing
Yeah.
from Final Fantasy VII.
Consciousness.
But like consciousness in general. But
I'm a boy who wears
skirts, but I don't dare do that within the bounds of disgusting state like India. Yeah.
Oof. Are you in Indiana? Holy shit! I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, that's rough, buddy.
But like it, I don't know. It just, excuse me. In all honesty, just like there's Instagram accounts I follow. Dan McClellan, who's a scholar of the Bible.
I thought of him when you were talking about the Bible, because
I really like him. And
me too.
Apparently, he's like a Latter-day Saint, right? Like he's part like kind of like the Mormonish tradition of Christianity.
And he's
like
like
interesting, but like
goes into the Hebrew of it all, and it's like this has been bastardized so badly and so censored by the church that it's like, you're taking, especially everything with like homosexuality, they've taken it completely out of context in its entirety. And it's like, if you don't even know what the original Hebrew writing means, then kindly and with all disrespect, shut the hell up.
And it just, I think what irks me too is just like it. Also, Paulo Logia is an amazing YouTuber. I'll have to check them out.
Indiana expat, I made it out. Nice. Okay, hell yeah.
But like even just like once you realize how many different abhorrent things the current Bible as we know it now condones, slavery. It condones slavery. It condones like selling children brides and shit like that.
Yep.
It condones all that shit. And the fact that like what they are focused on is like, well, you can't be gay, even though if you look at the original translation, it's like when they mention in Leviticus, it's talking about like no rape, basically, don't rape somebody, non-consensual sex.
Yeah, it's like well, I don't have to go into that, but
it condones fake history that we have since debunked. Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, man. It just, I'm so mad at it because I grew up in a weird sense. There's a narrative online. I don't know how accurate the narrative is, but a lot of millennial Christians, like evangelicals, grew up to be ex-evangelicals and socialists because you taught us so well what Jesus actually is trying to instill.
Right.
And then when we see that you're not doing that in the slightest, it is such a severe whiplash of disillusion that it's like, well, I don't want to be a part of this
Right.
at all. I am so mad and angry. Um, yeah. Also, some of the stuff. I don't know if all the letters from Paul weren't written by Paul, but there is, like, specifically the anti-LGBT stuff was not written by Paul,
Mm,
um, which is crazy. So, like, any point in the Bible that mentions, like, quote unquote homosexuality is either A, not actually written by the person it claims to be written, or B, taken severely out of context. I've been having this whole, like, internal debate of, like, what the fuck is even sin, because, like,
mm.
growing up, it was never really a clear answer. They never really fucking explain it to you.
Well,
The
it's yeah.
my
In Final
my version
Fantasy
of it was
X, it explains
uh
it. It's Tidus's dad. It's this big monster thing. You'll
oh my
get
God.
you'll get there.
But no, but like I remember growing up and being like, oh, it was, follow the Ten Commandments and then follow the fucking um follow the Ten Commandments and then follow the Jesus's things. The two I there's the two greatest commandments: love your neighbor as yourself and love your Lord God with all your heart, soul, mind, blah blah blah. I was taught that those two commandments took everything from the Ten Commandments and boiled it down to just those two: the golden rule and then love God. That's it. And it's like, okay, so if that's the case, that doesn't mention fucking homosexuality anywhere.
Right.
And if you are assuming that it does, you are extrapolating love the Lord your God to mean that, which means you are imbuing it. You are reading the text, reading meaning into the text based off your own presumptions, not with what the text actually says. And I remember even as a kid being like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, same thing with, like, swearing. Why is swearing a sin?
Right.
Because there's one verse in the Bible that says, let no foul words come out of your mouth, which is also fucking ambiguous, because what does foul words mean? If I go up to you, Andrew, and say, you handsome son of a bitch, that would be considered a sin to a Christian, even though I'm complimenting you.
Right.
And now if I go up to you and say, you are the biggest jerk I've ever met in my life, that would not be considered a sin by what conservative Christians value.
Right.
But to me, that's a foul word coming out of my mouth because I'm using it to hurt another human being.
Yeah. Paul thought gender was dumb. His point was, who cares? Jesus will be back in a few years. Start praying. Yeah. Ambiguous describes the whole Bible. Yeah. It's wildly inconsistent. It's been heavily censored, like I said, by the church, mainly the Catholic Church. And it's been mistranslated. It's control. It's another form of control and brainwashing and fucking colonizer weaponization. And I ex-evangelical here. Heavy on the X.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we can get on to happier topics.
So what we're saying is the Xbox Direct was fine.
Xbox is going back to exclusives, baby.
Xbox is
Like
going,
the
yeah.
Bible.
The opiate of the masses. Yeah. Is that a Tool reference? Can we? I know. We got a lot of stuff to cover still. So let's talk the main events real quick. What I have written down, so this was my favorite event of all of these. It
was definitely the best that I saw too.
Yeah, I didn't watch the Cozy Direct. I keep calling it that. The Wholesome Direct.
Wholesome Games Direct. Yeah.
Yeah. I can only take too many farming sims in a row before I.
Believe it or not, they weren't all farming sims.
Okay.
But there is a lot.
Yeah. I'll look at a cliff notes of that, or if you had anything we can get there after this. But what I have for the main quest Monday. Did I just insert my own branding? No, main event. I literally see the word main and I just autocorrect that to main quest
event was
Monday.
Friday, but yes.
Oh my god, yeah, main quest Friday. In order of how they popped up, 2 new Cupheads are currently in development.
That 2D that 8-bit Sega Master System one. Oh my god, my fucking platformer heart got that just orgasmed all over my chest.
Yeah. Nice.
I like how you're like, yeah, just move on.
I thought
Whatever the fuck that was, we're just not going to acknowledge it.
my heart just orgasmed across my chest. I don't know what that means. Oh, kind of. Maynard was referring to Marks. Hell yeah. Okay, Tool fan. I see you. I see you, Luigi. We need to hang out. Not if you're anywhere near Indiana, because I'm in PA, obviously. Opiate is not my favorite, but definitely one of the most important. God, don't get me onto Tool. Okay, Blinders, Summer Games Fest, 2 new Cupheads, Pixels. Oh, there's actually, yeah, the Cuphead kind of pixel art, your Shovel Knights, your Mina the Hollowers, doing really cool stuff with pixel art. I like that style. I think more of a traditional pixel art more than the 2D, 3D pixel art. Not to bring it back to that after I said let's move on, but that's kind of what I mean.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
I really want to play Mina the Hollower. I keep hearing good things about that. Yeah, we're getting a new like hand-drawn Cuphead, and we're getting a new pixel Cuphead, which looks rad. Alien Isolation 2. Once I finally get the balls enough to... Nope, that's productive. Once I get the courage enough to beat that first game, I will be excited for the second one.
I mean, if you want to be an equal genitals offender, you could, once you get the vagina enough to do it.
Is that equal?
I don't know.
Mina sounds like the best Zelda game since the Oracle games. Yeah, Oracle of Ages was rad. I never beat it, but I did like it.
What's the thing from Futurama where they have the female cop, and instead of saying "bust my balls," she goes, "That really busts my uterus."
Oh yeah. Or like I was like my ovaries. That really busted my ovaries.
Such a good joke.
Yeah. Once I get the ovaries enough to beat that first Alien game, because that shit's scary as hell.
That really busts my uterus.
I'll be excited for this for the second one. Big high point for me was seeing anything more of the new Fumito Ueda game.
Yes.
Which basically just looks like...
I'm not ignoring you. I am scrolling on the Wario Blue Sky page to find all the announcements so I can easily get to it as well. I do hate you.
Wow. That's a sin. Yeah, I'm super excited for Shadow of the Mecha Colossus. I just want to see more. I need more. You gave up.
It was, oh my god, dude! It was like I was scrolling for like 5 minutes, and I was still only into the 11 hours ago.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anything that man makes, I will play. I say that still having not played Last Guardian, which I need to do. Balls are fragile. We all know.
Really, you haven't? I beat Last Guardian.
I know. I still haven't played it. That's one of the ones that like. I think I waited too long for it to come out, and then when it finally came out, I was like, "Oh my god, it's about time! It's been like 15 fucking years," and then I just like forgot about it. Just like it got added to a very long list of ever-growing games, and it just keeps going down and down and down. Balls are fragile. We all know uteruses, aka uteri, can take way more of a beating than those little pussy balls. Totally.
No shit. When you said uteruses, I was in my mind. I went uteri.
Yeah,
and then you said it out loud. Like...
We almost exclusively did that for weeks, months at a time when we were in college together. We pluralized everything. That's why we say hilarii. It's so funny. It's so shenanigai. It's so funny.
Multiple shenanigans.
It's hilarious multiple times. It's hilarii. Or my favorite one is singuli. Multiple single things. Otherwise known as multiple things. Oh god.
Singuli is like the best joke, I think.
Yeah, singuli is my favorite. Oh god. And we would always like we'd pluralize proper nouns too, because we always
plurali?
We pluralize proper nouns. Multiple because we'll plurals. Be like, we always would text each other and be like, "Whoa, hey, Copernicus," like from that Family Guy thing, and then we pluralized that for some reason, and now we say, "Oh, hey, Copernici, you are multiple Copernicuses." Copernicus's.
Copernici.
Singuli. Yeah. Peni always makes
Singular.
me laugh too. Like multiple
Whoa,
penises.
what happened to all my peni? What?
Oh, my peni. You only have one peni? Uh, shout outs to Xavier.
What would be like, you know how like a murder of crows is like a group of crows? What would be a group of penises?
A sausage fest. Uh,
A sausage of
a
peni?
hot dog packing plant. Multiple central sun theory eyes. What is happening in this chat right now? A violence. Oh, that's good actually. That's unfortunately very good.
It's a little bit too real.
Yeah, it's a gathering of peni is. I think we just call that the RNC.
Ah,
I always laugh so hard whenever they crash Grinder. Whenever they're at their stupid little events.
yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
so yes,
Fumito Ueda new game looks fucking rad. We
Gen
saw
Atlas looks fucking dope.
or CPAC, yeah. Violence. God, that's so sad. Did you see the Stranger Than Heaven trailer with the new one from the Yakuza devs?
Oh yeah, I wasn't that interested in just because I have not played a lot of Yakuza. But the
Yeah.
fact that they have Tupac and Snoop Dogg in it is weird to me.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg is in
Really
it,
weird.
and I assume AI revived fucking Tupac.
Well,
Back-
I don't know about AI, but at least his likeness is there. The main issue apparently is that, from what I understand, the person who owns Tupac's likenesses rights isn't even his family. It's like some shady business exec record.
Yeah,
exec or
yeah,
something
and
like that.
I think he got sued for fraud or something. So it's like, what are we doing here, guys?
So now it's just like, who gave the okay? Was it Tupac's family?
Snoop
Or
says it
was
was,
it-
but this is also the guy gargling Trump's balls right now. So like, you know how much you can probably trust what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
You should have heard Polisa. Actually, you can see Polisa kind of crashing out about it on my socials. I clipped that out and posted it yesterday. She's like, "You're a fucking disgrace," but I'm also happy to be seeing black people in games. So like, I don't know. It's complicated.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's weird.
complicated emotion.
Tupac in a kimono just fucking walking out of the shadows was just like, what are we what are we doing here? What is this? And Tupac's great. I love Tupac. Oh my god. He was a real one. I was saying like he's rolling in his grave seeing what Snoop became, but I don't know. We'll see. On to the thing that made me nut my nostalgic heart all
Can I
over
guess?
my
Can I
chest.
guess? Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yeah,
Can I
you're
guess?
gonna know exactly what it is. Just like I knew Final Fantasy.
Last Ronin.
Yes.
Yeah. Honestly, it looks cool. Like I know platinum games I'm very hit or miss with.
Yeah.
But like it's very cool. Are you
Yeah.
still laughing that I got it?
I just think it's so funny that we know each other so well. Happy Pride.
Know what I was? I've been thinking about this, Andrew. Like, why are you?
Why are we friends? Were you about to say? Why are we friends?
Oh yes, but not in like a mean way.
No, I
like,
know.
I was thinking about this, where it's like, my wife and I are the definition of an opposites attract couple.
Yeah.
You and I are like an opposites attract friend in a
Yeah.
weird sense.
You could
where
say
it's like-
couple.
no, but I'm not married to you. I love my wife. God damn it.
I love you.
Oh dang you.
Just went and watched
no,
Stranger Than Heaven trailer. I'm in. Oh, okay.
All right, cool.
It's shot like a Tarantino movie.
I can love both, but I love my wife more. No offense, Andrew.
That's fine, I guess.
I guess, but no, but I was thinking about it. I was like, I think similarly to how the reason my wife and I work, I think you and I work because our personalities are similar. Our likes and dislikes are different, with the exception of we both just love video games in general. We may have different personal preferences
Yeah.
of video games, but we love like the medium and the culture and stuff around that. We mesh on a very personal level, but we have disagreements on a lot of the minutia of it. Kind of like how my wife and I, we mesh on a very personal level, but our differences are a lot more are a lot on like we like different TV shows and different movies, and just like you and I, same thing. We like different. I would say more games. I think we're pretty similar on movies and TV shows, with the exception of like I envy this about you. You have strong favorites. I don't have strong favorites, and I wish I
I'm
did. I
surprised.
can't like. Well, we've talked about it off mic before, where it's like you would want me to come up with like a list of my 10 favorite, insert whatever media,
Yeah.
game, movie, show, whatnot. Um, there's very few. Like, I'm a huge James Bond fan, but I wouldn't say any Bond movie is in my top five.
Wow.
Maybe Skyfall.
Skyfall's
I
excellent.
I Skyfall's great.
I'm
But
so
like
surprised to hear that.
and it's the same with like Fast and Furious. I love the Fast and Furious movies. They are nowhere near my top five or
Yeah.
top 10. Um, I it I don't. I like things. How can I put this? I feel like I'm a jack of all trades when it comes to the things I like. Where
Mm.
I can't say I generally don't have one thing I'm like super invested and focused on. I kind of focus on everything a little bit.
Okay.
And there are certain things that obviously that's not entirely accurate, like Ratchet and Clank, James Bond, Bluey, stuff like that, where I'm like hyper into certain things.
Yeah.
But like, for the most part, like and like just looking at like the games I have now, like I like Mario a lot, but I wouldn't consider myself like a gigantic Mario fan.
Yeah.
I like Zelda a lot. I wouldn't consider myself a giant Zelda fan. I like Horizon Zero Dawn a lot. I wouldn't say I'm just like this ride or die Horizon fan. Like I don't I don't invest a lot of my as much of myself into specific games or movies or this and that. I invest myself almost into the medium as a whole. If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Like the craft of creating this type of medium, or like
Mm-hmm.
gaming culture as a whole, I think you have more of like a
That's my love. It's
yeah.
not anything specific. And so when you ask me to make a list of like top tens, I have such a hard time because I like so many things. There's very few things
Huh.
that there's a lot of things I like and I love, but there are very few of them that I'm like, this is like a brain chemical altering experience for me. There are so few games or movies that do that.
Wow. Yeah, and that is where like we're complete opposites, which I think
Hmm.
is why it works out great for things like this, because our discussions like sometimes I know we can like when I'm just like full on passion mode, and if you're full on like how the sausage is made mode, I know we can both struggle with like having a conversation. But I've always enjoyed like, especially when we do episodes of your show, where you kind of talk about how the game is made, and I talk about more about experiences. Not to, I didn't do that on purpose. Experiences and the memories and how it made me feel, and telling stories of like, oh yeah, when my friends played this, and I have such a distinct memory. I can smell the room that I was in when I played this, and I think within that we have, I think, enough crossover of like we might have like our Venn diagrams of our tastes might not cross over that much, but what is in there is really strong, and I think we both are super into
That's yeah.
some of enough of the same things that don't make us like, oh my god, I hate, like if you were only into RTSs and racing games and sports games, and I was only into fighting games and action games, like I think it would be way harder. But I think there's enough of a
Yeah.
crossover, like even in RTSs, like I grew up playing a lot of StarCraft. I love StarCraft. The setting is awesome, the cutscenes were super rad. I may have not loved the gameplay loop, but it was enough, the setting was enough to like at least keep me coming back.
Hmm.
Or like there are some character action games like or platinum games. You loved Astral Chain, which I'm a fake platinum fan because I still haven't played that.
Astro Chain is so damn good. I
I
love
know.
that. That was a great game.
I need to
Um,
I need to play that.
and sorry, real quick, this is just for Luigi. Andrew, you've already seen this,
Okay.
but since
He's
Luigi, I
whipping
know,
it
is
out.
also a fellow Bond fan, and I'm with you where it's like, it feels like an old culture that was fun to watch, and it was to exist in a world where people like them. Bond was fun to watch, but just as much fun to talk about. Games feel similar to me. I think is what he meant to write. I'm glad it's still a cultural force. Yeah, I'm same. I'm glad Bond is back. And in speaking of the new Bond game, Luigi, just because I don't know if you got to see. Check this out.
Whip the Peni out. Yeah. Ding, 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 ding,
Copyright
ding, ding,
strike.
ding,
Oh, it's
ding,
a
ding, and we're
copyright
taking
strike.
off of YouTube and we're taking off of Twitch now. Yeah, that shit is so clean.
Now, it looks cool, Luigi. It is a big fucking letdown for $300 because you can't hold the fucking gun. It is half of it. It is It is glued to that thing, so you can't even take it out and hold it. Like once again, not even expecting like a spring load or any type of firing device or anything like that. Not an air, nothing like that. Just could have been a plastic fucking shell.
Yeah.
Why can't I hold the golden gun?
I
Let me
know.
hold the golden gun.
I want to run around my house like down on one knee, sliding across the floor with the golden gun. Just handheld.
Let me take
please.
it apart like Scaramanga does. Give me a third nipple, goddamn.
Yeah, give Josh a third nipple. Hashtag free the
Come
third
on,
nipple.
IO. Where are you? Give me a third nipple.
Yeah. Yeah, you talked at length.
Out of context, man.
I know. Give me that third nipple now.
Or as Bond calls it in the movie, a superfluous papilla.
Oh, I like that. Superfluous Papilla is a great band name. It's terrible. Terrible band name, actually. What was I gonna say? Something about culture. Oh yeah. Fucking Roger Moore. Yeah.
Superfluous papilla.
Another thing that I think drives a lot of my gaming taste is like, and it's probably why I'm so into fighting games, is like arcade culture, because I grew up in the arcades, and like fighting games, like there were other like I still like jumping on Time Crisis and stuff in the arcade, or a get on a freaking motorbike racing game, but like it was all about fighting games in the 90s in the arcades, and that culture. I was still pretty young, so it's mostly hazy memories, but like going bowling and then going to the arcade afterwards and seeing, the older kids playing Mortal Kombat and putting your quarter up on the thing and, to say that you got next, and then jumping on and getting immediately annihilated. Like that culture, like I love the camaraderie and everyone just like gathered around and cheering at a match of two people fighting each other. Like,
see, I missed out on all of that, and it's not because like I was, unlike the other things where I'm just like, this doesn't do it for me. It's not because I was being, contrarian or this that.
Yeah.
I just never got to go to arcades, man.
Yeah.
The first time I ever went, this is going to be so fucking depressing.
Aw.
The first time I ever went to an actual arcade, like that I remember specifically going to, it wasn't until like 7th or 8th grade, and it was on a field trip. I don't mind saying this because I tell people I grew up, I'm East Pennsylvania, so this is a common field trip to everyone in Pennsylvania, Hershey Park.
Oh yeah.
And I remember going in my good friend Andy brought a fuck ton of money to play in the arcade, and he literally stayed in the arcade all day long.
Yes. That's so funny to do that at Hershey Park when you can do that
at
anywhere.
Hershey Park, but I remember him saying he's doing that. I'm like, dude, we have video games at home. Why are you coming here to spend $40 on the arcade? At that point, I don't want to say me being hipster, Josh, but it was just definitely me being confused because I didn't understand the appeal of the arcade when I was in like 7th or 8th grade or whatever it was. Because I'm like, well, I got PS2 and N64 and all these other things. I didn't understand the social and communal aspect that came along with your, and I would not, and to be fair, in my defense there, I would not have gotten the arcade experience in Hershey Park. It would not have.
Yeah, there's no regulars. It's not like going to your like
Exactly.
For me, like I said, the bowling alley where there's always the same group of kids.
See, and there was no, we didn't have any like arcade. There was a arcade in our bowling alley as well, which, funnily enough, Andy, my friend who was there, who played in the arcade at Hershey, his family owned that bowling alley, still does.
Nepo baby.
It's kind of funny, but I do remember the one. It's not an arcade game, but it's something in arcades. There was a pinball machine that gave you baseball cards that you could win. Baseball cards. That was really cool. I got really excited playing. I loved playing that pinball game and getting baseball cards. That place is the only place in my area that I knew that had the Simpsons arcade game.
Oh, that game's great. The beat 'em up one.
Yeah,
the 4-player. That game's great. Yeah. If I ever have enough money to order one of those like custom arcade cabinets with like
Hmm.
the Raspberry Pi with all the stuff on it, I would want like a 4 player one to be able to play like The Simpsons and the old X-Men games and
Marge fighting with a
fighting with the
vacuum.
vacuum.
That's right,
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Yeah. God, I miss the arcade. I wrote a paper about like arcade culture when I was in college about how we're getting away from it with online gaming and uh yeah, it's tough. Like I'm so excited to go to Evo, like for that reason. I'm going to get wiped. I'm going to get washed out absolutely because these are the best players in the world. But it's going to be so fun to go, and it's coming up in like 3 weeks to go and just like sit next to people who like love fighting games like
Hmm.
more than anything and playing like fucking. I signed up for a Power Stone tournament. Like when are people playing Power Stone? There never are. But like I love that game so much, and I can't wait to play with other people who love that same weird ass
I
game.
do think there's an element too where it's like I actually wrote a blog post years ago on my website, um, where I talked about like misplaced nostalgia, and it was the golden age of arcades. Like I feel nostalgic when I hear people talk about arcades, but I didn't get to experience it, man. I missed
Uh,
out entirely on it. I saw little bits of like the D&D not D&D, sorry, the Dance Dance Revolution, the DDR era.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, you spend a good chunk of Magfest in the arcade every year. I want I might start doing that more often, but it's even now going to arcades, it's hard for me to find enjoyment in those games, and I wish I liked them. This isn't like
Hmm.
this is not me ranting like Dark Souls. I'm
Do
not
it.
going on like this game's I'm not doing an actually these games are bad like
Yeah.
type of thing. But
Actually,
actually,
love that show.
I just it just I have those style of games are hard for me to get into because I like the more narrative focused single player stuff, and
Yeah,
arcades are designed to be quick hits because they want you to spend a quarter and get out so another person can spend a quarter.
yeah.
And totally fair. I totally get that. And the arcade is where a lot of innovation went. Jimmy says I like the tactile knobs and levers soothes the tism.
Totally.
You know, I will say the one time I worked at a deli and they had a centipede cabinet at the deli
Oh, with the
with
isn't
a
that a trackball?
trackball. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got really good at that. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. And Luigi writes, there was an old episode of One Up Years in 2007 where the cold open was two people playing Street Fighter 4 on the 360 in the uh, big office. I guess that's what it got bleeped out. Um, and
Oh, weird.
everyone is watching and calling dibs on the next game. Then the cameraman walks up to the flat screen and taped a quarter to the corner of the screen. Everyone went nuts. At the time, my little brother asked me why they were freaking out, and I had to explain arcade culture to him. That's really funny.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
really
nobody knows
good.
the next anymore. And here you go, Jimmy. I got up for this joke. Not really a joke, but here's some ASMR for you.
Oh yeah, there's the clickety clacks that he loves.
Yeah, listen to that 8-way gate. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, mashing buttons. Oh yeah. Rubbing your knob. Playing with that joystick. Okay. Anyway.
Where's Gilmer?
Yeah. Oh, oneup.com as well. Yeah, it bleeps out
Oh,
links
one up. Okay.
for spam. I have a bag of arcade buttons next to me for a project. Is the project just clicking them next to your ear because it sounds good? um, what were we talking about? Oh yeah. So I've said this before. I will continue to say it until you go. I think you would love Magfest. Like,
Oh, I know. I would. Oh, and speaking of conventions, side note, I got approved for a press badge for Long Island Retro Gaming Expo this year.
nice. Hell yeah. Go down to Long Island.
I have to still
Bing
get
bong.
a hotel, but I want to stay for the full weekend, but I can't justify spending over $400
Holy
just
crap.
for hotel.
Yeah.
It's like $240 a night, which in New York, like Long Island, New York, that's really not bad. So I'm saving up my Patreon money because I don't have to even book the hotel until like July, like mid July.
Yeah.
I have to like early July to book their discounted rate hotel. Um, so that's like close to the convention center. So I might book it sooner rather than later, and then just put the money. But I'll have by the time that the convention is out or has arrived, I will have the money from I'll have enough money in Patreon that I could transfer and pay it off right away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing.
Nice. Yeah,
My-
the arcades at conventions are awesome because like you can play as much as you want for, I mean, unless people are waiting and you're not a dick. And you don't have to worry about spending the quarters because sometimes it's like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. Do I want to spend 50 cents or a dollar to play this game that might be stupid? You can just jump on whatever and try a bunch of cool stuff out, or find stuff that like Death Ball, which I think Jimmy, we talked about Death Ball, right? Which was at Magfest.
I'm sorry to hear that, Luigi.
Oh no,
Sorry,
had to cancel our trip to. Oh no, SGDQ family
that
emergency.
sucks, man.
Oh no, shit! I'm so sorry to hear that.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Are they still do that in Pittsburgh, right?
SGDQ is Minneapolis.
Oh,
Awesome Games Done Quick is Pittsburgh.
oh, it's AGDQ. Okay,
AGDQ is Pittsburgh. SGDQ is Minneapolis.
yeah, I'll get out to that one of these days. That's that's like a 4 or 5 hour drive for me. 8 hour train ride. Maybe not that
I
much.
want to go out to GDQ at some point as well.
Yeah.
Especially now that it's like in Pittsburgh. Like that's not that far of a drive.
Yeah. AGDQ.
Really, it's gonna.
2020
God damn it,
Atlanta.
AGDQ. I was.
Damn.
Boo.
I do like Atlanta though.
Boo.
The one time that I went. I know. Come back up here.
Tell them they're wrong.
I'll tell them. I'll text them. Uh, hugs. Oh, thanks, Luigi. Yeah. Magfest arcade, awesome. Indie games, indie arcade is cool too. Just to see like the weird stuff people are coming up with. You would dig it. Anyway, all that to say, you
I'm
did.
just excited.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say all that to say you did guess right. The last Ronin game.
I was just gonna say I'm excited for Long Island just because the convention takes place at the Cradle of Aviation Museum.
Word.
So like you have like these arcade cabinets and like game systems set up next to like fucking airplanes, like vintage airplanes and stuff like that.
Okay, I might need to go to that. I might really need to go to that.
Hold on, Long Island retro.
Long Island. Make
I'm
sure
gonna
to
see if I can find
make sure to spell it LAWNG.
Lang Island.
Long. LAW.
Oh, long. Okay, I see what you're saying. I'm trying to see if I can get like find some pictures of it for you, but like, it's cool. I like going to this. I'm excited to go to this because besides just like right now in terms of retro gaming content creation spaces and just in general, there is I would argue the two biggest conventions right now are Portland Retro Game Expo over in Portland, Oregon, and then this is now like the East Coast version of that. Like, yeah. So that's really I've been wanting to go. The only downside to this is there is a content creator called Gen X Grown Up. It's a YouTube channel, and they were assholes to me on Twitter back in the day, so I still hate them.
Wow. So I'm not going. Wait, is that who runs it?
No. They're just basically I interviewed Stephen Frost, who works at Digital Eclipse for about the Atari 50th anniversary collection a couple years ago, and I posted about it and I included the link to the episode in the subtweet. I didn't have enough space in the main tweet for it, so I forgot to put like a 1 out of 2 or like look in the next thing to like or look at the tweet below to find the link, and the Gen X Grown Up account commented on it. It's like, what, no link? Listen, I want to listen to it, but if you're not going to make it easy for people, they're not going to seek it out. And I was like, dude, all you had to do was click on the tweet and look at it directly below.
Brother, scroll down.
ever since then, I've just been like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I've just been so mad at them. Like,
Yeah.
I literally, all I replied to them was like, hey, it's in the tweet right below. It's right. I even replied to him like, it's actually in the tweet below, but if you don't want to go searching for it, it's here too. And I
Yeah.
copy and pasted it. I
But
didn't say you don't if you don't want to go searching
yeah,
for it,
but since I can tell you can't be bothered for one click, here it is.
and so ever since then, I've just been kind of like, so now when I see them going to the convention, like I've seen them get as a guest, I'm like, these fuckers are getting invited to one of the best like retro gaming conventions, and they're assholes. Go fuck yourself, whoever it was. I don't know who it was.
Well,
Still mad at them.
yeah, I don't know.
I really need to get over it. I know. I'm just still mad at them.
Yeah, because it's
But,
going to keep you from going to an event that sounds really cool
No,
on the
no,
off
I'm not.
chance.
I'm not. It would not keep me from going to the event. The
Oh,
only
okay.
thing oh no, I already applied and I got accepted. I'm not going to reject a free badge
Oh.
just because some assholes are going.
I thought this was a different event.
No, this is the same event I'm already
Okay.
going to.
Nice.
But Long Island, besides having some cool people, like the location's really cool and everything. Frank Cifaldi, who runs the Video Game History Foundation, is going to be there. Some of my favorite retronauts, Jeremy Parrish and Diamond Fight, are going to be there. Pat Contry and Ian Ferguson are going to be there. I'm a big fan of their work. Who is it? Freaking where is it at? G to the next level is going to be
I
there.
love G.
I'm so excited to meet them in person, man.
Yeah.
Because I have not told G that I'm going. They might have seen it on Blue Sky. I don't know, but it's funny. G actually stood up for me to those Gen X grow up guys.
Oh, no
and
way.
And then when stood up for me, and then when freaking they got announced as Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, he likes the post for the announcement. Like, you don't remember G, but I do.
Aw.
You've betrayed. No, I'm not actually upset at him for liking the post. It's just I find it amusing, like that. Like 2 or 3 years ago, these guys were assholes to me, and G, the sweetheart that they are,
I know.
stood up to me, stood up to them for me, and I just find it more amusing.
Yeah.
Years later, that like they, why would they remember? It was a one-off interaction. It just still makes me mad.
Yeah. I just saw G got like officially into the, like the Sega's
they're a
official
Sega content creator now.
Yeah, like an official Sega content partner. I was like, that's sick. I got the email for like, do you want to apply to be an official Sega? And I was like, hell yeah. And I looked at it, it was like, you need like 10,000 views or like an average of 10,000 views or something or followers. And I was like, okay, I have like a couple digits short of that. So maybe someday. Also, I had some very
I'm excited to meet G in person.
Yeah,
for the
that'll
first
be
time.
rad. I had some very harsh things to say about the Persona 4 remake, which is a little tease for later. But it's nothing about the game itself. I'm super excited for the game, but I crashed out a bit when they announced it.
Why?
I guess I can tell you now. So
Might as well. I mean, we're jumping all over the place anyway.
I know.
So instead of just forgetting about it. So yeah.
I will not forget about it. I just got mad, and I turned it up a little bit for the show, but it's called Persona 4 Revival, and I was like, okay, so you called Persona 3 Reload, the game Persona 3 where you like shoot yourself in the head. It's gun theme. Reload, that makes perfect sense. Great name. Reload, as in again. Why the fuck did they not call this one, which is themed around TV's Persona 4 Rerun? Brother.
I don't know.
Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm in marketing, but like, I'm so mad that I was like, you could have called it.
I'm like, this is really hostile. God damn.
I know. I was like, Revival. It's so generic. It's so. I was like, it's so boring. You had this whole TV thing. You did Reload. You could have done Rerun. Like, hire me instead. And then I was like, this is almost like when they showed off Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. And I was like, oh my god, you're searching for Link? Is this going to be called The Legend of Zelda, The Missing Link? And they're like, it's the Echoes of Wisdom. And I was like, fuck you. Like, it was right there.
I think Missing Link would have been a little too on the nose, personally. But I agree with your take on Persona 4.
Yeah. Rerun. I'm even mad at the third the third Final Fantasy 7 being Revelation. because you're breaking the naming convention. First of all, you had a word ready to go that's in universe. It could have been called Reunion. It would have made more sense because the fact that it's a remake, and it makes more sense thematically because that Sephiroth's whole thing is Reunion. So you have the three parts are remake, a rebirth, and then now revelation. It's not just because it starts with RE. It's a different. It breaks the convention of re. As in again, because this is a remake, rebirth or a remake, rebirth, and you could have had reunion, and it would have made the most fucking sense. But you called it revelation, which is possibly the most boring, overused subtitle for anything ever. How many things that like have revelations in it? Like
The Bible.
oh! It just makes me so mad. Like, just make better choices. Okay.
Just generic. Do better. Suck less.
But the fivification of Persona 4 is everything I've ever wanted and not known. Yeah. Revelation. Yeah. Like, Reunion was right there. Everyone thought it was going to be Reunion.
It would make sense from the story, but who knows? Maybe they've already. I see. I did not play Rebirth, so I do not know how much they deviate from the original FF7 story after the remake. So I don't know.
Somewhat. A couple of things in a pretty big way. Obviously, I'm not going to spoil, but yeah, not enough to like. They still talk about Reunion as a big plot point, so it still was right there, fresh for the taking. You could have had that one for free, Square Enix. Now I'm going to invoice you. I'm more impressed that they managed to complete the Final Fantasy VII Remake in a short amount of time as they have. Yeah. Considering when they announced the first remake to when it came out was like 10 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but it seems like it kind of, they might have pulled freaking like a Lord of the Rings type of thing where they just put all they went into a crunch not full crunch, but like an intensive like 8-year development cycle, so that way by the time the 8 years is up, they're 100% done one, they are like 50% done two, and like 25% done three, and so then they can keep working on it and get it out. You know what I mean? Like,
I guess. Yeah.
I'm speculating. I have no evidence to back that up though.
Yeah. I don't think so. I think they've like visually and mechanics wise they've evolved so much. But between the three, I think there's less of a jump. Well, obviously.
Yeah, but they already hashed out the gameplay for all of them. Like,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the visuals don't take a long time to do, but a lot of the reasons that it takes so long to make games is because you already have so many things to account for. But if you already have the engine down, it's one of the reasons they're able to like think of like the Yakuza games. Like they burn out Yakuza games because they have the formula, the engine down, and they just recreate asset.
Yeah,
they just have to create assets for
and they keep them in pretty much the same locales every time too, with maybe like one or two new ones per game because they're real.
That's what
Japan
I was saying. Like
places,
they probably had to create a whole bunch of stuff in mass during the development of the first game, so that way they could then use it and there'd be less intense. I'm speculating once again. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either, but it looks rad. Jumping to the end of the Summer Game Fest for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Let me come back to Platinum Last Ronin. All that to say, holy shit, I was super stoked. I mean, they were like, we're showing off a new game from one of the best action game developers in the world, and I was like, in my head, I was like, Platinum, and and then. It was like from the makers of, Bayonetta, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, and Ninja Gaiden 4. And I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I'm already in, like, whatever it is. And then they showed, like, the flash of, like, the size and the swords and stuff. And in the sewers. And I think you see Casey Jones' mask for a second there. And I was like, oh my god, is Platinum making a Ninja Turtles game? Which apparently is not the first time they've done so. And the last time was just, like, a bad tie-in that did not do very well, but this is like they're covering and Jimmy Doom said it, a masterpiece of a comic. I was
never read it.
I was more excited that they were doing Last Ronin specifically than just the fact that they were doing a Ninja Turtles game. Without spoiling, it's the main premise is like it's supposed to be the last part of their story. and
Mhm.
it's one basically. This is on the back of everything. I'm not spoiling anything, but like one turtle is left surviving after three of his brothers die, and he goes on a quest for revenge, and it's like this super dark like
Roan Vengeance.
Roan Vengeance, Metal Gear
Ronin
Rising,
Vengeance.
Turtle
Roan
Gear
Vengeance.
Rising, Roan Vengeance.
Turtle Shell Rising. Roan
Yes,
Vengeance.
hero in a half shell. So I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be dark and probably pretty brutal as much as they can with this IP. And I'm super stoked. It's one of my most excited games of this whole week. Uh, I read the comic. I don't know if I finished it, but I read most of that comic when it first came out, and I was like, well, now I'm on the hype train again. So I ordered it in to my local library. I'm gonna read it again, and I'm super stoked. Next one that jumped out at me was I guess they're doing a new Gundam game, possibly from the Armored Core devs. I think they said it was Bandai Namco, but I don't know if they said specifically if it was the Armored Core team. But it looks a lot like Armored Core, just skinned with Gundam, and you fight giant robots as Gundams in your giant robot. So it looks cool. The all we got was this, a very quick look at some very pretty cutscenes and some really smooth ass gameplay. Um, I'll keep going if you want to.
I mean, there's really not like, in all honesty, nothing else really jumped out at me. Like, there's a Jet Atlas, which we already talked about, looks fucking cool because it's Fumito Ueda.
Yeah.
We already talked about Cuphead. Last Ronin, I'm not a big like Gundam. Obviously, doesn't do much for me. I'm not a big Gundam fan. Um, Surprised by Guild Wars 3 because I thought that was kind of cool to see. Like, I'm not like a Guild Wars fan. I know it's an MMO, but like,
Yeah.
it's just cool to me that they're still going. Like, Guild Wars 2 came out a long fucking time ago,
Oh yeah.
so it's cool that they're still going on. Crossfire, which was the
Crossfire.
yeah, you get caught up.
You get caught up in the crossfire. I love that.
It's made from former Call of Duty devs, so I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But like, it it's interesting. Like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm. It doesn't seem like a generic third person shooter because there's like this like a co-op type of vibe to it. It seems like it's a first person it's a single player story driven game. So that's kind of cool to see, especially from the Call of Duty devs. I got excited for Virtua Fighter Crossroads only because I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
excited for Andrew because it's a fighting game, and it
Aw.
looked kind of cool. It looked
Yeah.
cool.
I think it looks great. Like the animations are awesome. Full single player story mode, which looks rad. It's not quite. Virtual Fighter's always been very grounded and not that over the top, which has kept me away from it. But this presentation wise looks incredible.
The new RuneScape game, which is wild to me that RuneScape is getting like a high end like
Yeah.
visual overhaul. Mafia: The Old Country expansion. Never played the original one. 1666 Amsterdam looked interesting.
Oh, that witchy one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is, but it's a third person story led action adventure game. So like, it seems kind of cool, but it was a lot more like the trailer was a lot more like cinematic vibes versus actual gameplay.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit about Saw.
Oh, yeah.
Just not my cup of tea. Lords of the Fallen, same thing. It feels like another one of those like dark fantasy things.
Yeah.
I am very over Star Wars in general, and this one I know wouldn't appeal to you because Zero Company is a strategy game. It's an XCOM style turn-based strategy game,
But wait. You know what?
but it's Star Wars, and you like the setting, so you might.
That I probably wouldn't never have played it except for one thing that brought me back to it where I was like, whatever, tactical game, you're moving your little guys around. I don't really care because it doesn't feel like there's impact or impact really is the best word. But then they made they were like, oh, they told their guys to go here and then shoot these guys, and then the camera like zoomed in and it was like right over the shoulder of one of the guys like shooting, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I like that aspect of like when you can pull the camera down and see the action that's happening like in a little microcosm of space. I was like, that's awesome, because moving the little guys around the screen I just didn't really care.
I don't understand
So
how you don't like that sometimes. I find it so satisfying, like seeing like a swarm of your soldiers just like mopping up a whole bunch of bad guys, just watching the buildings fall one at a time. Oh,
I think if you could zoom in while that's happening and watch like individual pieces of the building like break off and stuff, but
use your imagination. You don't need it spoon fed to you.
it doesn't need to be spoon fed, but it's just like when the building collapses like this, it's like, oh, okay, well, that felt anticlimactic.
I love it.
Now give me Red Faction like slowly crumbling around you. That's more my speed.
Blood of the Dawnwalker just looks like Vampire Dark Souls, so I didn't really care. Among Us, I've never played any of them, so like once again, just meh. Not a Monster Hunter fan. Hot Wheels, I'm not a racing game fan, but I like that there's Hot Wheels games, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I liked how they are really leaning into the fact that they're toys, which is cool. Also, Josh should try mini wargaming, same vibe of RTS, but in real life. Jimmy's just trying to get people in more debt.
The only reason I don't want to get into wargaming is because it's so expensive and so time consuming.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to begin with.
Well, I know what he'll say. Jimmy, I got this. I'll speak for you, Jimmy. You could sell your feet pics to make the money to buy Warhammer.
I would sell my feet pics for a Switch 2 before I would play Warhammer.
That's fair. Yeah.
And to pay off my house.
It's priority. Switch 2 first, pay off the house.
Well, let's be real. My feet aren't going to make enough money to pay off a house.
Not with that attitude.
It's more likely I'll get enough for maybe fucking, I don't know, like a Switch if I'm lucky.
Best we can do is Switch 1.
Clutch, a new open world racing game from former developers of the Forza Horizon series. That's kind of cool, but like once again, I actually think the open world racing thing is a really cool like twist on the racing game formula. So I've not played a lot of them, but what I have played, I've been fascinated by.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan 3, never watched the show, so I really can't comment on it. So that's, and then Power World, at first I thought it was Pokemon. I'm like, that's odd, they're showing a Pokemon game here.
Yeah, same.
And that's why it's not Pokemon, it's Power World. I know a lot of people are excited for The Wolf Among Us 2. I have not played the first one.
Oh, it's great.
New Stellar Blade, which I've also not played the first one. They added Tifa and a bunch of others to Street Fighter 6, which I will pause on because that is something you love.
Yeah, that's wifey too. That's my number one. That's my girl. That's waifu.
Tifa Weefa.
Make Tifa the Weefa.
Tifa the Wifa.
Yeah, I lost my shit at that. I will be posting a clip. Or no, it's already up. I just posted today what am I saying? The isolated clip of Police and I reacting to that because we both kind of popped off. And we're very surprised because I feel like Tekken makes more sense than Street Fighter, but I'm also not mad because I don't play Tekken. So, but I was also mad because I was like, God damn it, I'm going to have to just only play this now. But they said they're bringing in materia and other like Final Fantasy like mechanics into her playstyle, which I'm really curious to see that. I feel like it'll be like a second meter, like she'll have like an ATB, you know, like she'll have certain powerful moves that are locked behind like a time meter that'll go up, and it's like, oh, now I can do the dolphin jump, or you know, the dolphin splash or whatever. I can't wait to see her level 3, like her super move. It's gonna obviously be like a limit break. It's gonna be fucking sick. I love it. I love her, and yeah, we'll be married before it comes out. So
I'm pretty sure that's all that's left of the main event, though.
Okay.
At least from what I saw on IGN, those are all the last announcements we haven't talked about. From what I can see, if there's anything else that I missed, you can feel free to shout out. But I think after we talk about this, we will have to like start wrapping up because A, I'm getting tired. B, I actually have research and podcast work to do for a podcast recording tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, I don't have a a whole lot more of what you said. I'm really excited for Wolf Among Us 2. I loved that first one from the Telltale heyday. And very smart of them to also announce the remaster of the first game, because it's been so long that we all forget. We all forget. That game came out in like, I don't even know, 2011.
Something like that. I own the original one actually, and I just
Yeah,
never
same. It's really
got around
good.
to reading it.
For those who don't know, it's like a
Funny.
noir murder mystery in a world where like fairy tale characters exist. So imagine like the Shrek world, but not stupid, and it's in like a like a noir kind of I knew that broad was trouble when she walked in my door in that red dress, like that kind of. So you play as the big bad wolf. His name is Bigby Wolf. Get it? Big B Wolf. And it's like, there's Jack and the Beanstalk and Snow White, and I think in this one, we're seeing like the characters from Wizard of Oz. There's Humpty Dumpty and Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Maybe I don't have the Wolf Among Us. Sorry, I was looking at my Steam library just to see if I had that. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, I've got that for PS3. But yeah, remaster looks cool. I'll probably play it, if not for any other reason than to show it to Polisa so we can play the second one together. And then Stellar Blade 2 looks rad as hell. However, I mean, I can talk about how rad it looks. Like it looks like it's in a cyberpunk kind of world. Like at first I thought it was cyberpunk, and then I saw like the skin tight bodysuit, and I was like, is this cyberpunk or is this Stellar Blade? Like semi jokingly was like, is this another Stellar Blade? And then I saw the butt cheek jiggle physics, and I was like, oh yep, this is Stellar Blade. And then I was like, wait, this new character, because it's not the same character as the first one, I was like, she looks like a teenager. Like, why are we sexualizing this young girl? Unless she's not, or they're doing the stupid like cop out thing where it's like, oh, she's an android, so she's not actually a child. She just looks like one, so we can all like jizz over this tight butt cheek physics. Like the fucking skin suit is so tight you can like make out the corners of the labia. Like, come on. Like, I know.
That was unnecessary. We got the image. We got what you were going for without having to do that.
I was Police and I were talking about it, and she was like, yeah, you can see like the bumps of her areolas. I was like, oh my god.
I saw on Blue Sky something that was kind of funny, where it was like they were saying the new Stellar Blade game looks cool, but it is a little odd that the original Stellar Blade was the game that all the fucking MAGA dorks and like far right grifters are like, look, you finally a sexy woman as a game character again, and it like appeased like their inner sexism. And the funny thing is that at least from in my online leftist spaces, no one gave a shit. They were like, yeah, she's a sexualized character. Okay, like it's fine.
Right.
Like there was nothing more to it than that. And it's a little odd that the follow-up to the game that all the right-wing grifters love because it has a sexualized woman in it is a potentially sexualized younger woman.
Yeah.
Maybe child. I'm not like, that's very kind of like, I don't want to say conspiratorial, but it is that's a lot of projecting, but it is kind of amusing. It is kind of odd. I don't want to say amusing, but odd.
Yeah, I mean, there are we as humans, we're designed for pattern recognition. That's all I need to say. I don't know. Maybe they'll come out and say that this girl is not underage. I don't know if I'll feel better about it. Probably still going to play it because I actually just ordered the first one. I hear it's Nier meets Sekiro, and I was like, I like both of those things. So heard it was great. Excited for this next one. Tentatively excited for this next one. And then the only thing you didn't mention, I thought you were going to say this when you said Star Wars, but the Star Wars new racing game looks fucking sick. Continues to look sick.
I still just I forgot about it. It just doesn't do it for me.
Sebulba's in it though.
I have a lot of nostalgia for the pod racing game on the N64.
Yeah. It's that, but pretty by ex Burnout devs.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was like, and it's only going to be $40, and
Hmm.
there's going to be, I think, no paid DLC. Everything's going to be unlockable in game. And I was like, dude, hell yeah. I need my boy Watto top 50. Watto, I don't think will ever be in this game. Um, Speaking of top 50, Josh, when you were like, I have such a hard time making lists, I was like, well, maybe now's a good time to tell him that, like, off, out of a stream, Jimmy and I have been each making individual top 50 Star Wars character lists and comparing them and talking and talking about them, because like we both have like that kind of neurodivergent where we're like we like
Hmm.
lists. And he even like put our both of our lists, like, it's AI whatever, but he like put it through like, ChatGPT, which analyzed our tastes and stuff and like compared them, and I was like, holy shit. uh but yeah, it's because Empire Magazine put out like one of the worst lists of all time, and it's like their top 50 Star Wars characters. It made us both mad. But
Mm.
yeah, no, this game looks sick. It's not just Pod Racer too, which is cool. I would have been okay with it just being a Pod Racer game, but it's called Galactic Racer, or something like that, Galactic Star Racer, and it's there's pod racing, but there's also like, swoop bike racing, and
Space racing.
the yeah, and the like the car looking things that kind of look like the ships from Wipeout. So different types of vehicles, and
Hmm.
the graphics look incredible. Like, it looks like how I imagined the old pod racing game plays in my mind, because I haven't played it in 20 years. But stoked for that. Love the business model of, we're not going to charge you an arm and a leg, and we're going to let you unlock stuff in games like you used to be able to. That was a nice little bit of goodwill on their end. Um, I can quickly run through the rest of anything from the Xbox that jumped out, which is way fewer. I think Fable looks incredible. I loved the first Fable. This looks like a really cool iteration on the first Fable. Persona 4 Revival not being called Rerun makes me want to peel off my face. Crazy
Persona 6
Taxi.
announced.
Yeah, Persona 6 was announced at the very end. Crazy Taxi's looking awesome. They brought back the
Late with Gen
Offspring.
AI, apparently.
Uh,
People are pissed.
yeah, I did see that, and it's the same thing as Expedition 33. I think they use it for laying out like placeholder assets. But I don't think anything
No,
final.
it's not supposed to. I do. The only time I've seen a pretty good argument against using Gen AI for placeholder assets is that placeholders are meant to stand out and not look good, so that way you don't forget to remove them from the
Right.
final product.
Yeah, which is
So when you
probably
make
happening.
Gen AI assets that are just passable enough to be like solid, not great but solid, then you kind of, it's easier to, especially over small stuff, it's easier to forget to remove it.
Yeah,
Um,
and it
I
still
don't know.
used
I
the energy in the water.
Yeah, and it still uses the energy in the water for nothing that's actually, that's almost worse. It's not even like you're using it in the final product. You wasted a fuck ton of electricity and water just so you could be like, meh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm so tired of AI. I know it's not going away.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Like, anyway, I don't need to get on a soapbox. I
I
rant about it enough.
yeah, I hate how hard it is to tell. Still, I mean, obviously, I'll see shitty Gen AI like ads and stuff, and I'm immediately like, nope, that's AI. Like, I can, and a lot of times I can tell. But there are some things like videos, especially, that are getting better and better, and I'm like, I hate this. I hate that I am starting to not be able to tell.
Mm-hmm.
But still, the
Not
game.
good.
Oh, God damn it, the game. Crazy Taxi looks awesome. They brought back the Offspring. They came in with the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like the original. Definitely having some issues with that on YouTube, demonetizations and whatever. Um, I guess we are formally declaring video game war on North Korea, because the new Call of Duty is like specifically saying, North Korea are the bad guys. Um, Otherwise, I'm like, whatever. It's Call of Duty. Modern Warfare were the ones that I did play back in the day, so I was like, oh, I remember those. Don't care. It's Call of Duty. uh, Russians are the
Russians
homies
are.
now. Yeah, unfortunately. I like that the new Metro started with a proudly made in Ukraine. I liked
Oh,
that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that was announced. That's cool.
Yeah. There's another Metro which looks rad. I think it's beyond the books now. I think there was only like 4 books, and this is like Metro 2039 or something. Because they had like 2033, 2034, 2035, and the games were like 2033, Last Light. I forget what the other ones were, but um, last thing. Oh, there was a really cool trailer. Of anything. If anyone looks up anything from any of these and wants to see something new and different, check out a trailer for this game called Vivarium. It's Vivarium. It looks like it plays, or I mean, it looks visually like an early Studio Ghibli or like Lupin the Third kind of late 70s, early 80s anime art style, and it looks really
Hmm.
cool. There's like a hazy kind of like old animation had this like tactile, like
Hmm.
slightly off color feel to it, and it just nails it perfectly, and it looks really cool. I know nothing else about it, but the characters look awesome. It's just kind of like a walking around and very dialogue heavy game, but it looks rad. um that's pretty much it for me. I would kind of slept my way through the Xbox One because it was a bunch of first person shooters that I didn't really care about.
Well, there's the new Gears, but I'm also not a Gears fan. The
Yeah,
new Halo campaign evolved, which is fine.
yeah, I was excited
Um,
for that. Notable from that was there's 3 missions that are going to take place before I think the main campaign, or I don't know about
mhm.
before because he was still in cryo. Um, but it's very focused on Sergeant Johnson, which was kind of cool. Yeah, it continues to look rad. I love Halo 1. That's my favorite Halo. I don't think it's the best one, but it is my favorite. So anything Halo 1, I'm going to be excited. And yeah, Gears E Day. I was, for the first time since probably like Gears of War 2, somewhat excited for a Gears game. And it's only because I guess it takes place right before Gears 1, but it really looks like they're
Mhm.
going back to like that kind of uh, early 360. It feels like, graphics aside, it feels like Gears of War 1, which it made me nostalgic, and I was like, I haven't been into these since like 2000, I don't know, 11 when the
Mm.
second one came out. So it was cool to even have like a passing interest in a Gears of War game for the first time since in like 4
For just at
games.
least a few minutes.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, cool. This feels like I remember the first one feeling. Um, and I'm not gonna get it or play it because I'm so out of the loop with those games. I know it's a prequel, but uh, that era of my life is gone. This is long gone. I don't care about gritty chest high wall chainsaw gun. Huge, massive guys like cutting each other up. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'm happy for the people who are into that franchise.
Kind of like me with the Ocarina of Time fans. That part of my life is over now. I
Wow.
enjoyed it for what it was, just not my thing anymore.
Yeah.
Now you understand.
I I do, but I want to play it.
Oh, that's awesome. Props
No,
to
I
you.
know. I because I saw this Gears of War and I felt the same way, but I don't want to play Gears of War. I was like, that's really nice. But Ocarina, I'm like,
But
cool, new take on something that I already love. But that
um,
season has passed
I
for you, and that's okay.
I I do have to get going soon. I'm starting to crash, and
Yeah.
like I said, I have some other stuff to get done. I wanted to share one real life experience
Oh
before
yeah.
we head out. Nothing major. This is normally stuff in the beginning, but just because I don't know when I'm going to remember to do this, I helped my dad re-shingle the shed roof over the weekend,
Wow. Early
and
Father's Day
I am.
present.
No, but he asked a while ago. I couldn't do it the one weekend he was asking, and so he canceled the whole thing. So when this past weekend, both my wife and my daughter were away, so I was like, you know what? I got time, Dad. I have a podcast recording. Oh, I have to edit that podcast actually.
Oh.
Um,
Your first
Saturday
light one.
afternoon. But other than that, like I'm free. Do you want to do this? So I helped out Friday, Saturday morning, and almost all day Sunday, like 10 a.m. to like 4 p.m.
Dang.
And we reshingled it, and I hammered my thumb. It hurts like a motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Took off a chunk of skin.
Damn. Who would you do that
it,
for?
Oh my gosh, I can't even like pinch things right now. Oh, that hurts
Yeah.
even doing that little bit. It's
Tendy.
awful. And then like I said, my mother-in-law's watching my kid, so like both my wife and I were like, we don't know what to do.
Wrong nail. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my weekend. Is reshingling a roof, podcasting, and I'm currently editing the first video episode of the podcast for episode 400, which is exciting.
Nice. You look notably not as sunburned as I thought someone who spent 3 days outside would be.
Especially considering I didn't put sunscreen on once.
Wow. Damn.
Not once.
You lucked out. That could have been disastrous.
I mean, the back of my neck is like a little bit, but even now it's already like it doesn't. There's no sunburn over there, so it was like a light burn. I just got tanned.
Nice.
I got a gnarly farmer's tan going on right here.
Oh my god! Oh, yeah, that's
You're blinding me.
Yeah, that's a serious farmer's tan. I always wear t-shirts too, so
look at that. That one's worse.
I know it's the same thing for me.
Look at that. Oh, you can't even see it on the camera. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it's almost blends in with the wall behind you. Damn.
I'll never forget. I remember when I was still living with my parents, I was like taking a nap. I had like a bunk bed top and like a futon on the bottom, right, in my old room. And I remember taking a nap on the futon.
Otherwise known as the bedroom mullet.
Yeah, right.
Bunk bed up front, futon in the back.
I stretched my arms up. So I was like, ugh. And my hands hit the sunlight coming in from the window, and the entire bottom of the bed illuminated. And once it touched my hands, I went, "Oh, I'm so white."
It's like a prism.
It was literally just like, I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, the whole room bathed in light. You probably thought it was Jesus Christ. You're like, he's here.
No, I realized it was my hands right away, and I got sad I was that white.
Oh my god. That's so funny. Oh, that's me when I try to dance.
Yeah. Anyway, we gotta get going though, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, I gotta take care of some stuff before bed tonight.
No worries. That was illuminating. Hey, yo, no, this was great. Holy shit. I think I said this exact same thing last time, but I can't wait to listen back to this because this was a lot of fun. A lot of people popping by and popping in and popping off and popping boners in the chat. Thank you, Jimmy and Gilmer and Parallax and
Keaton Luigi.
Luigi? So sorry, Luigi.
Luigi.
Almost called him Lugia. Wrong Nintendo property. Luigi's apartment. I'm gonna call MVP for this one. Thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for your time, Josh. Anything you want to shout out before we say piss out?
Episode 400 is coming not this Sunday but next Sunday, with a fantastic guest. It's a shorter episode, but it still is. I'm in the process of editing it and putting it all together in video stuff. So that's exciting. And then look out for me at Too Many Games. I'll be at Too Many Games this year.
Nice.
As well as the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo up in Long Island, New York. So it's in New York City, but Long Island. But you get what I'm saying.
The Long Island.
Long Island. But yeah, so that's all I got. That's what I got going on.
Nice. Well, I am looking to see. I know there's only a couple people in chat still, but I'll send y'all Drew's way. Looks like he's playing Expedition 33, which I know both of us got for Christmas, and I know neither of us have played.
I have not had a chance. I honestly, one of the reasons it's been hard to as well is because I know I have to play near replicant, but I haven't felt the urge to turn it on. But then I feel the urge to play other games. I'm like, no, I can't start a big game. Near replicant's already a big game, so I'm stuck in this weird fucking limbo.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want any more game recommendations, Andrew. It's too hard.
I know. Well, my recommendation will be something totally different once I get to the end of it, and I have to decide what it is. By the time I get there, we're signing off. I will send y'all to Drew. Wait, let me initiate the raid at least. Wait, what the hell? And here's my lack of multitasking skills for you here. Okay, here we go. / raid Drew the Damager. Nope, I did / rad. He is, but that's not what we wanted. We wanted / raid. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, thank you for your time. As always, Josh, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you, guys. Thank you, gals. Thank you, non-binary pals. Happy Pride as I initiate the overload of the trans flag because fuck you, conservatives. Thank you, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. Drink more water. Go to therapy. Try out parts work. Check out the book. Here's my recommendation. It's going to be not related to anything. You want to get to know yourself. You want to get to the bottom of some stuff and heal some stuff in your... Okay, my eyes are burning now. Check out the book, No Bad Parts. It is rad. Heal yourself before you repeal yourself. Stay frosty. Have a good night. Say Drew. Say what up to Drew. Love you guys. Peace.